commercial, and agriculture. Call for a free quote today at 546-5062. Call Connected Electric South for all your electrical needs. 546-5062.
MRK Insurance knows that teamwork is dream work. At MRK Insurance, you get a great partner for all of your insurance needs. Visit them today on Central Avenue in Lamar's for a no-obligation quote for all of your insurance needs. That's MRK Insurance in Lamar's.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and four walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC in Lamar's supports our local student athletes, trusted for generations with reliable legal guidance. So when you are in need of legal services, consult with one of the attorneys at Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC, located at 38 First Avenue Northwest, Lamar's, Iowa.
Certified public accountants Cruz & Cruz extend their support to all the athletes and remind everyone, in the spirit of sports, participation is more important than winning. Cruz & Cruz Accounting, proud to be a sponsor of KLEM Sports.
Galen Catholic School, excellence in education, leadership through Christ. For information, check their website at galencatholic.org.
It's now time for high school football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM, KLEM.
Motion, Grant out of the backfield, sits and looks to throw. They're going to take a shot off the right sideline for Tyson Augustine over the shoulder, catch 30, 25-20, sheds the tackle from Langton at the 10, and he gets into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown.
High school football.
Throws toward the right sideline, overthrew his man, and the ball's picked off. Keegan Bogue flags it down, and the Dogs will take over in Monarch territory.
With all the action, here's KLEM Sports Director Daniel Versteeg.
Well, a very pleasant good Friday evening, football fans, and welcome to this new chapter of high school football that we call the 2025 season. Lamar's community starts the season off on the road with a non-district matchup against Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln. The Bulldogs, of course, coming off of a 2024 season in which they finished the year with 4 consecutive victories. However, it left them one spot short of their 3rd consecutive postseason appearance. So now they're trying to see if they got what it takes to maybe make a run back toward the Class 4A football playoffs. And it starts tonight with a matchup against a 5A school, Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln, in their first ever meeting against one another. Well, once again, a very pleasant, good Friday evening, and welcome to a new high school football season. I'm Daniel Versteeg, joined by Gabe Davis here at the Gail Wickersham Athletic Complex in Council Bluffs, where, Gabe, you got to think, okay, the disappointment of last year, Lamar's doing enough seemingly to make the playoffs, but being snubbed via the RPI and some of the tiebreakers. You got to imagine for the guys that return, they really don't want that disappointment again, and they got to start on the right foot tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And Coach, they do a ton of culture and team building stuff throughout the year, and one of his things is control what you can control. Right. And unfortunately, they did everything they could those last 4 weeks and controlled everything and something out of their control, which is the RPI formula that some people understand, it kind of kept them out. Yep. But there were things early in the year that could have helped those things. You look back at some of those things. So although it's week 1 of 9, you can't take anything for granted. You got to be ready to go right out of the chutes, and you get a good opportunity in a beautiful place down here. Yeah, this is a great facility for some high school football, and we can't wait to bring you the action. And for Lamar's, you look at what the Bulldogs lose, and they lose a number of different contributors that were big playmakers for you, but
you bring back a couple of key positions. You bring back Andrew Grant out of the backfield, Jamie Sitzman at quarterback. You bring back a tight end in Tyson Augustine. Bring back a couple guys on the line, at least offensively. And you've got, I think, the recipe for success if you can fill in some of those other gaps.
Absolutely, and you're always going to have to replace.
Bishop Heelan, whether or not they're number one ranked next week, will be up for grabs and up to Sergeant Bluff Luton's discretion tonight, but they'll come to town next week. MOC Floyd Valley, number 8, will wind down the non-district schedule. And then in the district, 2 top 5 teams, Sergeant Bluff Luton, number 3, Fort Dodge, number 4. So at this point, you're kind of saying, okay, if you want it, come and get it, but you're going to have to go through some tough teams to do it.
Absolutely. You're definitely going to have to go earn it. And you didn't even speak to Sioux Center, who's a new, old, however you want to look at it, non-district that we're going to be playing, but they didn't have a great year last year, but they return a lot of guys. So they have that experience. So it is going to be a week in, week out. Now, with all that being said, the most important team on the schedule is Council Bluffs AL, and so they're going to have their work cut out for them. But I have seen them working. They've gotten the work in throughout the summer. They've done their stuff in the preseason, and so now you just have to take it every play, every drive at a time.
Gabe, as you've been watching this team, maybe we're on the same page. I think defensively this Bulldog team has a lot going for them when it comes to the secondary, moving Andrew Grant from putting his hand on the ground to being a linebacker, and the guys that return on that defensive line too. I think defensively this Bulldog team could be one of the best that this team has had in a long time.
Yeah, and that's saying a lot because we've always been pretty solid. You know, Coach Van Arlo, Coach Van Clyde, the rest of the defensive staff does a really good job preparing these men to do what they need to do. But, yeah, moving some guys around, putting them in the right spots. Only had 7 sacks last year, but they were second in all of 4A with the amount of turnovers that they got. They ended up getting 10 fumbles, 14 interceptions on the year. The only team that was better than them was Lewis Central. They're pretty good. And
we know about that, yeah.
And they played a few more games. So I bet at the end of the regular season, if you look at 9 games, Lamar's was at the top of that. So returning what they do, they're set up and they have a good recipe for success.
And I certainly love when it comes to turnovers, talking about interceptions. Deji Kabongo returning 3 interceptions from last year. Tegan Bogue was one of the best in the state last year in Class 4A. He picked off 6 passes. He comes back to anchor that safety position for the Bulldogs. Taking on Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln tonight. And, of course, with it being week 1, we just don't know much about film and who we might see. But this AL team, while success has not always come for them, they always have a crop of athletes that can make some plays. They lose one of those at quarterback, but they bring back one in Andre Rogers in the backfield that could run the football pretty effectively.
Yeah, and he's their leading skill guy that seems to be returning. So we'll see what he does. But, we've seen these guys in basketball. We've seen these guys in different sports, probably in wrestling, I'm sure. I don't follow their wrestling as much. But
baseball.
We're going to see a lot of these guys in different sports. So it's good to see them here. They always have size. They always have that athleticism. But how does it translate? Not all sports translate as well. So we'll see what they have. They have that ETN Higgins was a heck of an athlete, and so that's a big hole to fill. But they're gonna have somebody there that's gonna play quarterback, and he's gonna be athletic. He's gonna have people to go to, and it's our job to stop him.
Christopher Lee is taking over the quarterback snaps for Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln. He threw about 20 passes last year, so nothing really to kind of look at and gauge accurately. But this AL team could prove to be a bit of a challenge tonight, maybe an unexpected challenge, but certainly one the Bulldogs will not take lightly. And we're going to hear from Ken Vdall here in our pregame show here in just a few minutes. And Gabe, one of the things he told me, again, not a whole lot to go off of, but one of the things he did say is they had a lot of juniors play varsity football last year. And so regardless of how good of a team it is, if you bring back some talent, bring back some guys that have that experience, you can do a lot with that.
Absolutely. Experience is huge. Last year we had those juniors and now they're seniors. So it'll be interesting to see how they can adapt. It's kind of fun playing somebody that's brand new. We see a lot of the Northwest Iowa teams, and there's nothing wrong with that. Those are always fun, have a little bit more juice to them, but it's fun coming down here and seeing someone. Yeah, we've seen them in the JV level, so we do have some of that type of film.
Sure.
We just saw the freshman game, which was a heck of a game.
Yes.
And so we're assuming it's going to be a lot of the same things. So they're going to have some guys that fill in. They're not going to play with 10 or 9 guys. They're going to put somebody out there, and it's their opportunities, just like it's our guys filling in spots. Who's going to fill those spots?
We mentioned the rankings, and we should mention as well that Lamar's is ranked in the Class 4A. A poll that came out from Radio Iowa earlier this Monday. The Bulldogs are ranked number 9 in the state. It is the first time under head coach Ken Vdall that the Bulldogs have been ranked in the preseason rankings from Radio Iowa. So certainly a nice step there. But as we mentioned, there are 2 teams within their district that are ranked higher than them. So it's going to be a tough season, but it's going to be a good one to test the Bulldogs well heading into hopefully what we hope is a nice long football season for Lamar's community football. We're going to take a break here on our pregame coverage. When we come back to Council Bluffs, we are joined by the head coach of Lamar's community football, Coach Ken Vdall, as he readies the team for his 5th year of work as the head coach of the program. Joined us to talk about the matchup, and we'll play that interview for you coming up in just a couple of minutes. You are listening to Bulldogs season opening football. It's right here on KLEM Lamar's.
Hey sports fans, this is Perry from the Ace Hardware downtown Lamar's. Maintain your home and yard with advice and products from Ace. We'll help you get it done more efficiently so you have time to go to the next game. Ace Hardware Lamar's.
Score big with the Sitzman Real Estate team. Hometown realtors Shane, Peggy, Lance, and Patty are cheering the Lamar's Bulldogs and Galen Jays on to a victory. Buying or selling, call the Sitzman Real Estate team today at 546-7881.
For all of your commercial or residential concrete or construction needs, JMax Construction is ready for you. At JMax Construction, you can be sure that your project will be handled with great customer service as well as the best of class construction and concrete work. Call JMax Construction and Concrete today at 540-0574.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
Siouxland Glass is so glad you're supporting local athletes and listening to this great matchup. Siouxland Glass wants me to tell you that if you have a chip or crack in your windshield or need the whole thing replaced, you can call them at 540-9080. Siouxland Glass.
Floyd Valley Healthcare wants you to play at the peak of your skills. Don't forget to stretch your muscles, hydrate, and schedule your wellness checks to reach your full potential. Best of luck from Floyd Valley Healthcare in Lamar.
Make sure your life runs smoothly with an upgraded internet package from Premier Communications, connecting you with the internet speed and television access package that best fits your wants and needs. Premier Communications is happy to support our area coaches, athletes, and the parents who support them. Have a great season.
This is Cougar Sargerson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to our Friday Night Football pregame show. It's right here on...
I don't want to say for real because last week's scrimmage was pretty real, but, I mean, it counts. It matters. Even though last week we knew we could make mistakes, we knew there was no score going to be kept, and so you wake up and we just have a different attitude or not really an atmosphere of, okay, I definitely have to learn this offense. I definitely have to learn this defense this week. Because now everything that we do matters all week long because now we have a goal in end, which is Abe Lincoln on Friday night.
Well, and it's a good goal to have, looking into, some of the pieces you bring back. I know week one is always tricky because you might somewhat know what you have, but you certainly don't know what AL exactly is going to have here heading into the first week. But talking about what you've got, I stopped by practice, as far as your skill guys are concerned, you got to be pleased with who you've got handling the football for you. Those are some guys that did a lot of damage for you last year.
Yeah, exactly. And they did nothing but get better over the summer, and you can just tell the confidence that they've gained from a year ago. You've got the ability to do lots of different things. Jamie is doing an excellent job receivers on the outside that can do a lot of different things. You got Tyson and Teagan and Andrew Grant. Those three are going to get the majority of the balls, I would assume. And at the end of the day, if we can continually spread it out and not let defenses lock in to say, okay, this is where we're going to run the ball, because one thing about it is the more you throw the RPO game, the more actually the inside run opens up.
And you mentioned Teagan in there, too. He made a lot of noise for you on the defensive side, which I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do again in the secondary for you this year. But talk about how you've tried to get him, more involved offensively so you can, show off his athleticism. That's a guy that, it's good for him to have the football.
Well, I think in the scrimmage we learned that we call our outside receivers their number one. So, like when we run our RPO, that's called a key one to us. And so I think the best thing we do is you have Tyson on one side and you have Teagan on the other, and then you have two really good blockers with Andrew Grant and Deji Kapango on the inside that are blocking for them. I mean, like, Jamie's got a choice. I mean, it's like you can throw it to Tyson or you can throw it to Teagan, but we get we catch it, we get upfield. I mean, they're both quick, they're both fast. Like I said, we got excellent blockers, and then you can turn that around too and go key two, which is to our inside receivers, which then the outside guys become blockers, and then you're throwing the ball to Andrew Grant and Deji and Carter Melvin and stuff like that. So, there's really a combination that we have in there, and then when people jump that, you have one step further that you can do a couple more things off of all that play action.
Ken Vdall's with us, the head coach of Lamar's Community Football, getting ready for this first game of the high school football season tonight in Council Bluffs against Abe Lincoln. Coach, this is a new matchup for you. You don't have any history that I know of with the Lynx, as far as maybe, I guess, like some JV reps or here and there. What are some things that you've been able to maybe find out here early on about them with, very minimal film to go off of for week one?
Yeah, it's always tough, like you said, and it's really something that, even going back the last 3, 4, 5 years, we've never played them at the varsity level. Mm-hmm. Now, we have been able to play them at the JV level a couple of different times throughout the last 2 or 3 years, and, you take your best guess, and, our assumption is they'll be in their 3-front, and, if you're going to run a 3-front, you have to bring blitzers. Watching their JV game and in some other games they did last year, they liked the inside blitz with the middle linebacker, slanting with their zero tech and stuff like that. So, we're able to practice that. We know they're going to bring pressure. We kind of feel that it was a team that brings pressure similar to what like Boynton Hall Rock Valley did a year ago. You know they're coming. You just don't know where all the time. You know what I mean? But you got to plan for that. So we also know that they played a lot of juniors last year at the varsity level. So, we don't see those guys on the JV tape, but so they're a year older, so you have to assume that they're going to be a year better, just like our juniors are now seniors. And so that's kind of where we're at offensively, defensively, or, their offense. They bring a running back. Their quarterback is back for another year. He seemed to be a pretty big physical kid a year ago. So, like we anticipate, he did nothing but get better over the course of the year. So, it's true. It's like you go in, you know what you have. You hope you've done your job to be able to put our kids in the right place to make plays against a team that, they had a scrimmage last week too against Glenwood. We don't know anything about that, but we're hoping that we've done our job so our kids can go out and do their job.
Well, and the nice thing is, if you can compare it to something, right? Like you talked about how they blitz, similar to maybe how Boynton Hall Rock Valley does. So, in looking at that, how have you gotten, your linemen or running backs that stay in there to block, your tight ends? How have you gotten them ready for some things that may be unexpected when it comes to the blitz game?
Well, for the last 2 weeks, we've spent a lot of time, and really in the summer, you spend a lot of time on technique work. You talk about an offensive lineman, and you talk about steps, and you talk about hand placement and all those things. Well, this week we didn't give it all up, but we had to give a large portion of that time up to go over blitz packages and things like that, and we started on Monday. And here's the blitz. Here's their number one blitz we think they're going to run that we have to take care of so we can go ahead and run our inside zone, our counter, our trap, we worked with our quarterbacks on Wednesday about, okay, if we're in a 2-by-2 and we decide to run counter and they bring that blitz, we got to check into something else. So Jamie can check us into a better play than what we've actually called and things like that. And like I said, it started on Monday, and we practiced it on bags. We went a little more live on Tuesday, Wednesday, but we also had a rotation of, you're going to go from technique work into blitz work, into technique work, into blitz work, and we just had our kids rotate around in different groups to be able to get that all done. And so hopefully that we've seen that enough over the last 3 or 4 days that tonight won't be a problem for us.
Ken Vdall's with us, head coach of Lamar's Community Football, and going into kind of that experience that Jamie got last year as the starting quarterback his junior year, now back his senior year. How much more adept to defense, and then, like you said, having to audible or check out of it, has he gotten as he's grown from year one to year two as your starter?
Well, I think when you're year one and your first couple games, you're just trying to survive a little bit, and you're trying to help everybody get where they need to go, and you do your job. But now he's hit the ground running. He knows that it's a 2 high, a 1 high. He knows if it's a cover 4 or a cover 2. He knows all those things now, so you don't have to go and rep with that a ton, because when he steps up to the ball, he knows that, okay, what am I looking for? Where's the safety at? Is it going to be a 1 high safety or 2 high safety? Are the corners at 4? Are the corners at 9? If I'm going to throw the RPO to, where's the corners at? Are they at 8? Are they at 6? Are the inside receivers? So all that, all that information is being processed in less than, 3-4 seconds? Yeah. I mean, you got to look and you have to know, and I think he is really at his best when he's engaged in the game, and we've talked about a little bit of, it gets to a point where we just might run a 2-minute offense and let him take it and let him go with it, because it's just one of those things. The more that your players are engaged in the offense and the way that it runs, the better they perform.
How about on the defensive side, as you talked about their top returner offensively coming out of their backfield, their running back, Andre Rogers? What are some things that, if they do end up running the football a lot, that your guys are going to have to be ready for and have to execute on, so that they can't just run over you for, a total of 48 minutes?
Well, I think the one thing that we have, because we are in a 4-2, you know what I mean, and we have those 5 in the back, that, I noticed Coach did a lot of different types of blitzing this week too. So, if we do get a steady diet of, their fullback or their H running downhill, I think he's not afraid to adapt to our defense. We have a 5 front if we need to go to that. We have, we have inside blitzes, we have outside blitzes, we have blitzes with our dogs, and we have a blitz with our corner, and all those different things. So it's one of those things that as long as we continue to move and get, alignment for a defense is where it has to start. You know what I mean? We have to get the strength call right. Tegan's got to get the call for the strength of the receivers right. So all of that has to play a part. The first part of any defense at the beginning of the year has to be alignment, and then they go ahead and go from there. And obviously, our backers, they got to read the guards. They got to read their keys. We can't get stuck, and the defensive backfield gets stuck looking in the backfield, and it's like, oh, there goes my guy. You know what I mean? Because I'm staring at the quarterback for, 2 seconds longer than I needed to. So all those things are important to happen on the defensive side of the ball.
Ken Vdall again with us, Lamar's community head coach, getting ready for this first game of the year, and we'll wrap up with this, Coach. You've been fortunate enough to be coaching football for quite a while now, and you've seen a lot of week ones, and you've seen, I'm sure, the good ones and the bad ones throughout your time. What makes a good week one for a high school football team, whether it's from an execution standpoint, whether it's from a preparation standpoint, whatever it may be? What makes a good week one that you can say, you know what, we got this season started off on the right foot?
If you can make mistakes, everybody's going to make mistakes. It's week one of high school football. I will guarantee you there will be plenty of mistakes made on probably both sides of the ball, tonight. But the deal is, are they correctable mistakes? If they are correctable mistakes, it can be fixed for week 2. And correctable mistakes are obviously things like, oh, I missed this assignment, I may have missed a tackle, I may have, didn't run the right route, whatever the case may be. But those are all fixable. Things like effort and attitude and being a great teammate, those are all different. Some of those can't be fixed all the time. And so, week one, we want our guys going to the ball. We call it play free. We know that mistakes are going to be made, but if you make a mistake, all we care about is that you're going hard to the ball, you're doing your very best, and even though you made a mistake, we can fix it and go on to the next play. And so we talk a lot about playing free, let yourself go and just let your body take control of. You've been doing this for better part of, the summer and the 2 weeks or 3 weeks in the fall here, and just let it go and don't overthink it, because if you overthink it, you know what's going to happen. You get frozen feet, and when your feet freeze on the football field, nothing good is probably going to happen after that.
No, certainly not. We've seen that happen a few times, and looking forward to another week of the high school football season and a brand new high school football season for the Bulldogs. Ken, always appreciate your time. Best of luck tonight, and we'll be chatting soon.
Hey, thanks, Daniel.
Absolutely. Ken Vdall is the head coach of Lamar's Community Football. We'll take a break and be back with more of our pregame coverage in just a moment here on KLEM.
Klein Insulation can provide you with a complete insulation system for your attic, crawl spaces, and foundation walls. Call Kyle with Klein Insulation at 540-5691. That's 540-5691.
Touchdown for great times at the Lamar's Eagles Club. Join us Tuesday nights for bingo, and don't miss our delicious Wednesday night burger night. Proud sponsors of local athletics, where the fun never stops. Visit the Eagles Club this week.
Willow Lodge Pet Resort wants to wish all of our area athletes best of luck in tonight's game. Whether leaving town for vacation or just need a place for your pet during the workday, see Willow Lodge Pet Resort today on Prospect Street in Lamar's.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Young and old alike enjoy the competition of high school sports. Some participate, some watch, and some remember how it was. It's only a game, but it offers great life lessons and memories that last a lifetime. A few thoughts from Dan and Lori Rexwinkle of Rexwinkle Funeral Homes in Lamar's and Akron.
Supporting our students in their endeavors at school is important to Prime Bank. Making sure that our students have the best chance for success is why we work hard to provide our backing. Prime Bank wishes all of our teams and groups good luck.
Hummer's Lawn Care Service will provide you with the services needed for the best-looking lawn in your neighborhood. So whether it's thatching, fertilizing, or simply maintaining your freshly cut grass, call Hummer's Lawn Care at 546-4087.
For all your construction needs, trust the Wilchin Brothers. They're a Better Business Bureau accredited business and will be there every step of the way to get your project done right. Call 546-4135 for Wilchin Brothers Incorporated.
Hey, Bobby Blazer, how long you been waiting in that line? Head over with me to Easy Clean Car Wash. They're going to get you in and out in no time and make that black coat of yours look like $1,000,000.
Say, thanks there, Mickey Mustang. I've been out four-wheeling and I got lots of mud and stuff in my wheel wells and other places as well.
Bobby, didn't Libby Lexus tell you that Easy Clean Car Wash will pre-spray those hard-to-reach places, give you a quick massage, and make you feel and look like a whole new truck?
So that's what Libby Lexus has been up to. You know, Mickey, she's looking fine.
Easy Clean Car Wash on 12th Street, east of Hy-Vee in Lamar's.
The Lamar's Knights of Columbus Council 1466 would like to wish our teams the best of luck in the game. The Knights of Columbus is proud to support our schools and many charities throughout the year with our pork chop dinners and fish fries. Check out upcoming events by visiting their Facebook page at Lamar's KFC. Tail Trends Dog Grooming supports all of our area high school athletes. At Tail Trends Grooming, your pet is sure to get spa-like treatment, bathing, grooming, and nail trimming available. Contact Tail Trends Dog Grooming today at 546-7318.
Top-notch automotive owners Jerry and Jason Mura can help with all your auto repair needs, from AC repair to transmission rebuilds, engine replacement, steering, suspension diagnostics, and more. Call 712-546-7430 or stop by Top-Notch Automotive, 1600 18th Street Southwest, Lamars.
State Farm agent Michael Crank is a proud supporter of local athletics. Whether you are looking for auto, home, or health insurance, choose the agent that will be on your side. State Farm agent Michael Crank.
This is Tyson Augustine, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, we welcome you back to the Gail Wickersham Athletic Complex here in Council Bluffs as the Lamars Community Football Team, ranked number 9 in the state, gets set to open their season tonight with a matchup against Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln. It is the first ever meeting between the Bulldogs and the Lynx in the sport of football, but of course the Bulldogs have been in the same conference now for the better part of about 6 or 7 years. Well, Gabe, I asked Coach in our pregame interview, we heard it there just at the end, about what separates a team in week 1 that will allow them to start the season off 1-0. And a lot of coaches would say probably, okay, limit mistakes, play mistake-free football. He didn't necessarily say that. Mistakes are going to happen, but it's whether or not the Bulldogs had the effort and the intensity of a mid-season game. I know that's sometimes tough to get right away, but I think that's vitally important for the Bulldogs to win this game.
Yeah, if like you said, if you're going to try to play perfect, you're going to play slow.
No.
And you have to play fast. And the team that comes out fast is going to have an advantage early. Once everybody settles in, you say it with every game, but especially early in the year, once everybody settles in and sees how the tempo of the game is and knows positions and sees the guy across from him, not just – we can't even say from film. Sees the guy across from him and sees what they look like and sees all the stuff with that, then it becomes – a little bit different game. But right now, right out of the chutes, it's about getting there and getting there fast.
And that's a big thing, like you said, getting there fast. Hopefully the Bulldog offense is ready to go. The nice thing is there's no kind of acclimation period for a lot of these guys offensively. There will be a few new faces, but Jamie Sitzman back for a second year. Andrew Grant, he started a lot last year. Tyson Augustine. These are guys that know the offense, and so there's not going to be kind of a feeling out process of, okay, we got to wait to go deep in the playbook already in week 1. You can kind of go right into it.
Yeah, I remember last year we were talking about Jamie Sitzman and coming in for Tegan Kazel, who had a good career, and now it was Jamie's turn, and we're like, okay, we know he can do it, but it's going to take him some time. And I remember talking to Jamie and Coach, and you know, it just does take some time, but now they've had that time.
Yep.
Now they're ready to go. The line in front of them has played before. The guys behind them and on the outside, everybody should be comfortable.
Well, the Bulldogs we are viewing this contest from the visitors' side of the field. Sometimes we are on the home side, but we get the view right behind the Bulldog bench here tonight on a lovely day for high school football. It is a beautiful day. My phone says it's 77 degrees currently. Bit of a cloudy sky, but that actually works out in our favor a bit as we take a look at the coin toss taking place near midfield. Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln did win the toss, elect to defer. So Lamar's Community will receive the football to open this season, and we are going to see that Bulldog offense right away out of the get-go. And again, this is, some teams like to start on defense, Gabe, but I think if you want to try and set the tone by playing fast, you want to do it offensively.
Absolutely, and you get to set the tempo then. You get to control how fast you're going to call the plays in. You get to control, whether or not it's going to be, are we going for it on fourth down early? Those types of situations matter early. They send a message, and you get a chance to see some things. So I'm a Kirk Ferentz fan. I'm an Iowa fan, and believe it or not, he always chooses to receive the ball. So I don't know if it always translates in the offense, but he always does. And some coaches say offense always has somewhere to go. So we'll see what happens here.
And if there's any reason to have hope for America yet, you're a Hawkeye fan, I'm a Cyclone fan, we can share the same broadcast booth and do just fine for the next couple hours.
This week
anyway. We'll see about a couple weeks from now. Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln has this one teed up at the 40-yard line. Bulldogs line up deep to return. No return it left to right. The high school football season is underway with a left-footed end-over-end boot. This one's taken from the 11-yard line, and it is run out to the middle of the field by Tyson Augustine at the 20. He breaks a tackle, bounces off another at the 25, right in between the hashes, and he goes down at the 28-yard line. Not a bad return to open things up. Bulldogs will have a 72-yard field ahead of them, and for the second consecutive season, Jamie Sitzman will lead the Bulldogs out offensively.
Yeah, had a nice little return there out of Tyson, and somebody just tried to shoulder him, and that's not what you do with Tyson. You have to wrap him up.
6'1", $195. He is not going to go down easily. Bulldogs line up with 2 men in the backfield, 2 receivers right and 1 left. Jamie Sitzman, a belt high snap, and he gives to his right. And the handoff goes to Joaquin Hernandez, who is wrestled down for a loss of a yard. They'll spot him at the 27. That sets up 2nd and 11.
Yep. Didn't quite get the push, and they're gonna show up, and they're gonna show a 3-man front, but it'll look like a 5-man front from time to time, and so we'll see what they do here. Maybe try to take a little bit of a shot, try to loosen them up.
Ball's on the right hash at the 27-yard line. Sitzman, a shotgun shoulder high snap. He steps up in the pocket and scrambles up the right seam to the 30. He takes it out toward the right numbers, 35, and gives it up, going out of bounds for a first down to the 40-yard line. Jamie Sitzman. He picks up 13 yards on the play and the first down of the year for the Bulldogs.
Decisive decision right away out of Jamie. That was good to see, and that's that maturity we talked about last year. Probably tries to see if he can make that throw. He decided not going to happen. I'm going to go get a first down.
Make the smart play, make the easy play. Bulldogs have first and 10 from their own 40-yard line. 40 seconds into the new season. Deji Kabongo motions right to left. The delayed handoff goes right side. Joaquin Hernandez bowls over a defender at the 45-yard line and goes down on the tackle made by Trenton Byers. It's 2nd and 5.
Yeah, nice little counter there, getting some people moving around, and good things are happening.
Yeah, Bulldogs moving the ball on the ground pretty effectively so far. 3 plays. They've gone for a total of 17 yards, and it is 2nd down and 5 for the Dogs of their own 45-yard line. Line to gain is midfield. Jamie Sitzman goes under center, single back in the eye. Handoff left side goes to Andrew Grant. Off tackle running across midfield. He's got a first down into AL territory as he's wrestled down at the 43-yard line on a pickup of a dozen. Andrew Grant moves the chains for a Bulldog first down.
Good hard run, and Deji Kabongo doing his job on the perimeter, and that's what's going to make big plays is that blocking on the perimeter.
I know we talked about that with Tyson Augustine at times last year. Looking forward to seeing what some of the new guys in the wide receiver room can do blocking for their runners. Jamie Sitzman drops back, quick hitch route. It's caught across the 40 to the 37-yard line as Tegan Bogue has his first reception on offense. He picks up 5 to make it 2nd and 5.
Yeah, he had 6 of them last year on defense, but that's his first one on offense. So a little close on the receivers out there, so we'll see if they talk about that. It seemed like they were a little bit tight.
Yeah, maybe try and see if he can bust one up over the top. 10-12 to go in the first quarter. 2nd and 5 from the AL 38-yard line. Jamie Sitzman lines up in the shotgun. He motions Grant out of the backfield. High snap, screen pass right. It is dropped by Andrew Grant. The throw was at his knees, and he couldn't haul it in. The incompletion brings up Lamar's first 3rd down. It's 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and Jamie was maybe a little bit off. The snap was a little bit high, and so when that's such a timing play, it makes it a little bit tougher. But like we talked about, you're in position now to decide how this is going to go. 3rd and 5, get 2 or 3, and you're good to go for it.
2 receivers line up left, 1 right, and a tight end right side of a shotgun set for Jamie Sitzman on the right hash. It's a helmet high snap, brings it down, drops to throw, airs it out right sideline. Tyson Augustine's wide open at the 5, and an over-the-shoulder catch into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown. Jamie Sitzman blows the top off the AL defense with an Augustine long ball. Dogs lead it 6-0, 2 minutes into the season.
Yeah, number 11 did not get into his drop there, and that was Lang. Tyson just ran right by him. There was nobody close, and Jamie put it right in the spot that he needed to. That makes it tough sometimes, though, but first touchdown of the year for the Bulldogs, a couple minutes in.
Yeah, Jamie Sitzman was one of the better touchdown throwers in not just the district but in the state. And for the first time in 4 years, the Bulldogs have a new kicker. Jordan Luna will line up for the PAT, and it's like Giovanni never left. He buries that one through the uprights. Bulldogs are on the board first. It is 7-0 in favor of the 9th-ranked team in Class 4A. With 9:56 to go in the quarter, we'll be back and see how AL responds coming up next here on KLEM.
Smithco Manufacturing in Lamar's would like to wish our area athletes a safe, successful fall season. For 30 years, Smithco has used great teamwork to produce the #1 selling side dump trailers in the country. To learn how you can join our winning team, go online at sidedump.com.
Total Motors, where our people make the difference.
Total Motors of Lamar's, your proud supporter of area athletics. Drive with confidence in a new Chevrolet or GMC. Visit them online at totalmotors.com or stop in today and experience hometown service with big league deals.
This is Tegan Bogue, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, that's quite a way to get the season started. A 7-play, 72-yard drive ends up in a 38-yard touchdown pass from Jamie Sitzman to Tyson Augustine. Jordan Luna's point after try was good. And the Bulldog lead is 7-0 early on in this matchup. Alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. Jordan Luna now tees up the football at his own 40-yard line. And we'll send this one deep into the night sky for McCain Becker and Nick Duncan. Here we go. Right-footed line drive, end over end kick. And we got a penalty flag. The Bulldogs were lined up or came to the line offside. And we'll see what AL ends up wanting to do with it.
I think Ephraim was a little bit excited to get out there and run down the field there. I think he was just about a half step. Usually they give you that first one, but not tonight.
Well, and pretty tight calls early on in the season. Yeah, sometimes you'll see officials kind of let teams ease into the season, whether it's from a holding perspective or some false starts here and there, but certainly not this year, and the Bulldogs will line up to re-kick it from their own 35-yard line. Again, the drive summary, Bulldogs went 7 plays, 72 yards, and they did so in just under 2 minutes at $1:57. A 38-yard touchdown pass from Jamie Sitzman to Tyson Augustine has given the Bulldogs a 7-0 advantage early. Now we're ready to kick this one off again. Jordan Luna, right-footed line drive, end over end boo. This one bounces past the return man and rolls into the end zone for a touchback. Jeremiah Slaughter wanted no part of the bouncing ball, and AL will take this football at their own 20-yard line.
Yeah, it's always, I mean, we talked about it almost ad nauseum about Giovanni and the weapon he was, and then Jordan gets a couple rips at it, and the second one went in just like the first one, so we'll take it.
One of the things that Coach Vdall mentioned last Saturday with us on the KLEM Coaches Corner was, Jordan may not have the range of Giovanni Kabongo from a 30 to 40-yard standpoint. He might have to stay under 30, but boy, with the way he kicks off, I think he might still have some range in the tank. We'll see. Chris Lee leads the AL offense onto the field. 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line as they motion a tight end left to right in the formation and Ryland Dorr. Now 5 receivers, spread formation, 3 to the right after some motion. Lee claps his hands, throws right and throws wide of Ryland Dorr. An incomplete pass to start this drive. It's 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that was on him quickly, and that's an interesting, I mean, again, we talked about Etienne Higgins last year and how much he ran the ball, and they come out and go empty right away, so we'll see what happens. I don't even know if they started the clock on that play.
They did not start the clock, so
all right.
they might have gotten a play for free as far as timing. Of course, they lose the down anyway. 2nd down and 10 for Abe Lincoln. Ball spotted at their own 20-yard line as Chris Lee lines up with the shotgun. 3 receivers, righty motions. 1 of the slots on the right side to left side. 2 on either side. A quick screen pass left. It's caught by Slaughter. Up the left, number's 25. He's brought down from behind on the play by Colin Murphy. Tackles him down at the 29, and it'll be 3rd down and 1 for the Lynx.
Yeah, Colin's one that's going to be exciting to watch, and he's moved inside. I think in the past he's played maybe corner safety more. Now he's going to be in at a dog position. He's filled out. He's comfortable playing that position. He wouldn't be there if he wasn't, but he has some pretty athletic dogs out there, no pun intended, with Tyson and Colin there on the outside.
Yeah, they're kind of they can be defensive back, linebacker kind of hybrids in that position. It really serves them well. 3rd and 1, a handoff right side. There's Andre Rogers' first touch, and he's got a 1st down for the Lynx across the 30 to the 33. Give him 4 yards to move the chains for an AL 1st down.
Yeah, and that'll be I'm kind of watching Andrew, seeing how he's playing that middle linebacker spot. He had his hand in the dirt last year, and he'll still go down there from time to time, but moving in the middle, it's a different feel. He's athletic enough to do it, but now it just becomes a breaking down and making that tackle.
So 1st and 10 here for AL. They convert the 3rd and short. Ball's at their own 33. Out of the pistol set is Lee. A number of tight ends stacked to the right side. Pitch play goes that way. Around the right side, it's Rogers. He's outside the numbers, breaking up the sideline, and he is finally out of bounds at the 36-yard line. It is a pickup of about 4 to the 37. Sets up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and in AL, they're pretty big across the front. 260, 245, 225, 240, 255. I mean, they've got some mass up there, so they're not going to mess around. The 5 wide might have been just a little, see what we can get on this first one.
Yeah, see if they can maybe blow the lid off the Bulldog defense right away. 8:53 to go in the first, 7-0 Bulldogs. As Lee lines up in the shotgun once again. 3 receivers left, a tight end right. Give it around the right side, the weak side to Andre Rogers. He carries up the right seam to the 40 and is able to fight his way for 2 yards. That will set Abe Lincoln up with 3rd down and about 4.
Yeah, and that's a nice strong run by them, but we rallied to it. I think, he just left the game. Their tight end Huey, he kind of dictates where the ball goes a lot of times. I've noticed even on the first couple plays. It's following him. He's a big body.
Yeah, he is a big body. 6'4", 225. That's one of the guys that the Bulldogs will have to key in on. 3rd and 3 from the 40. Ooh, they tried a hard count. Bulldogs did move on the line, and it is going to be a neutral zone infraction against the Bulldogs. It's a 5-yard penalty, and that will set Abe Lincoln up with a first down at their own 45.
Yep, and you can immediately see the leadership by Tyson Augustine wiping his chest like, hey, next one. And that's what Coach talked about. You know, Nolan Grage is out there making plays and doing what he can, and he's still got that nerves and that excitement. So he's going to make a ton of great plays. That one, he just got a little anxious.
1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Out of the pistol set is Chris Lee. He's got a tight end left, 2 receivers left, and a tight end right as he gives around the left side. Andre Rogers gets away from Josh Vdall. He's across midfield and into Bulldog territory. The 47-yard line. He gains 8 on the play. It's 2nd and 2.
Yeah, Josh was right there. He's got to break down, and, you know, Josh is a big body. He's not going to run a lot of people down, so he's got to make sure he just kind of shadows them, stays in front, and force them to run around back there and let the other guys rally to the tackle.
Well, Andre Rogers certainly running the football well here for Abe Lincoln. 4 touches of the ball. He's carried for 19 yards already. Somebody the Bulldogs are going to have to figure out a way to shut down here. 2nd down and 2 from the Bulldog 47-yard line. Trips set to the right. Tight end left out of the shotgun. It is Chris Lee. He gives back to Rogers. Go back to the well. He's got a first down inside the left numbers across the 45 to the 42. He's got a 5-yard gain, and it's an AL first down.
Away from the trips, and they're running to 82. And they just feel comfortable. It must be something with the shift. Maybe it's just because he's a really good blocker. Who knows what the reason is, but they're going to run right behind him.
Well, it's certainly working, and right now, yeah, the Bulldogs have to figure out a way to deal with him. 7:22 to go in the first quarter. 9th-ranked Lamar's leads Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln 7-0. As the Lynx are driving, they have 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 42. Out of the pistol is Chris Lee. 2 tight ends line up to the right side. He takes a snap, pitch play right. Rogers,
nice.
He's spun down and brought down in the backfield. It's Tyson Augustine. Had the initial hit, finished the job as well. It'll be no gain on the carry or a loss of a yard for Rogers. It's 2nd and 11.
Yeah, and that's something they haven't had yet, but Tyson read that. The 2 tight ends kind of just umbrellaed out. They kind of just bellied out there, and he read it, got tight off the shoulder. It came down, made a great tackle, and that's a big back to tackle too.
Yep. Well, Tyson, if anybody can do it, I think it's Tyson Augustine. He makes some great plays defensively for the Dogs. 2nd and 11. The Lynx behind the chains for the first time tonight. 3 receivers right, and a quick screen pass right is in and out of the hands of Ryland Dorr. The pressure was there, boy. Some great pressure off the edge from Nolan Grage as he hurried the throw, forced the incompletion. It's 3rd and 11.
Yeah, and that's twice. He actually hurried him on that very first one and then that one. And they're not real comfortable chucking the ball around right now. They seem to be trying to get it out quick. So we'll see if we can force this punt on a 1st, 3rd, and long. But they are over the 50, so who knows what's going to happen.
And boy, what is it about Lamar's that they provide some great defensive ends year in and year out? We've had such a great crop of those the last few seasons. 3rd down and 11 here at the 43 of Lamar's. 3 receivers right and 1 left. A snap to Lee. Play fake. Quick pass caught up the right seam by Ryland Dorr. He inches forward across the 35. He's spotted just short of the line to gain to the 33. He needed 11 and got 9. It's going to be 4th and 2.
Yep, and here comes big number 82. So I guarantee if we watch him, first off, we got to watch the ball. Coach is telling him, watch the ball, make sure they snap it. But 82 is going to be up to the top side with another 2 tight ends up there. So
here we go. First 4th down play of the year for Abe Lincoln. 4th and 2 from the Bulldog 34. Out of the pistol is Chris Lee. There is a jump at the line.
Right.
No penalty flag. And we'll see if AL changes the play a bit. Now they do look over to the sideline. Play clock's down to 3. Snap to Lee. Gives up the middle. Rogers sheds a tackle in the pile. He got a second effort across the line to gain, although the near side spot is very favorable for the Dogs. We'll see where they end up.
I like that.
Measuring him at. Yeah, the lines judges are in agreement that
Let's
this
go.
ball is short. It is a yard gain, but it needed to be 2, and the Lynx turn it over on downs at the 33 of Lamar's.
His knee must have touched before that second effort, and that got him back there. So I believe that was Nolan Grage, and he got in there, made a play, and rallied to it. So now the Bulldogs take over with another opportunity. Big stop there. Gave up some yards, but again, learning and growing on each possession.
Ball will start for the Dogs at their own 33 with 5:45 left to go in quarter number 1. Jamie Sitzman takes a shotgun snap, fakes the give. He keeps up the left seam, bounces off tackle, left numbers to the 35-40, breaks it off the left sideline to the 45, and he runs out of bounds at midfield. It's a pickup of 17, and the Dogs have a first down right away on the first play of the drive.
I just love that experience out of Jamie. Like, I'm not going to get hit. If I don't have to get hit, I don't need to gain 3 more yards and take a hit.
Yeah, it's a great heady play. Bulldogs up 7-0. Chance to go up 2 scores already here in this first quarter. Ball's at midfield as Jamie Sitzman steps up and changes the play. He checks it. 2 receivers either side. A movement on the line. Dogs don't have a free play. Hand right side. Joaquin Hernandez is wrestled down for a carry of 5 yards into AL territory at the 45. It'll be 2nd down and 5.
We were right on the 50, and it kind of looked like they could have got one.
I
But
thought so too.
I got a different job tonight. I'm not officiating, so I'll just zip it.
Score update in Lamar's at Jim Lorenzen Field. Number 10 ranked Hinton leads Galen Catholic 12-0 after 1. We'll keep you up to date on that contest as we can. 2nd and 5 from the 45. It's Sitzman under center. Hands left, and boy, a blocking assignment was missed. Andrew Grant wrestled down for a big loss at midfield, and in there to make the play is Paben Craig, the inside linebacker. 5-yard loss sets up 3rd and 10.
Yeah, and what they do is they bounce him around. They bounce him around all their linebackers, but I believe that, he was right on the interior and cut the face of Kent West off there. You can see Kent kind of feel a little bit like he let one go.
3rd and 10 now for the Dogs after the 5-yard loss at midfield. Jamie Sitzman in the shotgun. Motions the slot. Carter Melvin left to right. Fakes the give to him. Drops. Has time to throw. Lobs it up left numbers. Augustine open again. 30, 20, left sideline, 10, 5, pylon. And he is in for a Bulldog touchdown. It's another big play. Jamie Sitzman, Tyson Augustine equals 6. Dogs up 13-0, 4:27 to go in the first quarter.
Little leak action out of there, and that was perfectly designed and perfectly thrown. And actually, Andrew Grant was wide open on the bottom side, so he could have picked. Their defensive backs are getting caught looking in the backfield, and it's cost them.
2 pitch and catches from Jamie Sitzman to Tyson Augustine have totaled 88 yards and 2 scores here in the first quarter of play. And now Jordan Luna to try and put the cherry on top. The snap is good, the hold is good, and the kick is just as good as well. What a start for the Dogs here in 2025. Lamar's leads Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln by a margin of 14-0. And AL will get the football back coming up next here on KLEM.
Bob's Bike Shop, your power sports headquarters. Yamaha, Can-Am, and Club Car. They've got the ride that fits your wild side. Visit them today on Highway 75 North in Lamar's. Proud sponsor of your local sports action. Sioux City Yamaha, Can-Am, and Kawasaki. Your ride starts here. From Yamaha to Can-Am and Kawasaki, they've got the power, performance, and adrenaline you crave. Visit them today on Highway 75 in Sioux City. Proud sponsor of local sports action.
This is Hudson Cass, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to Council Bluffs and the Gail Wickersham Athletic Complex for the season opening contest for Lamar's Community Football. The Bulldogs, boy, Jamie Sitzman, Tyson Augustine, that is a match made in heaven. It is a 50-yard touchdown pass from Jamie to Tyson. The Bulldogs now lead it 14-0 here with 4:27 left to go in the first quarter of play. And after shutting AL down on downs on their last drive, the Bulldogs have really not wasted any time in scoring points early and often here. This is a line drive, little squibber. It's fielded on the hop, and the Lynx take it up the right numbers across the 20 to the 25, 30, and being wrestled down, finally giving up the return on the play. And on the return there is Braylon Dieger. It'll be 1st down and 10 for AL at their own 32. Boy, what a connection, though, Gabe, with Jamie Sitzman and Tyson Augustine. We talked about the experience that those guys bring back, and now it's showing right away with 2 beautiful passes on just wide open routes.
Yeah, they've played a lot of sports together. They've played a lot of football together, and you could just see Jamie's comfortable back there. He trusts his guys up front, even though there's been a couple issues. He's done a good job there, so now the defense needs to step up again.
1st and 10 here for AL as they start their second drive of the year from their own 32. Out of the pistol look is Chris Lee. With a man back there and Andre Rogers, he gives it to Rogers, carries right side, and he fights his way back to the line of scrimmage. The pile keeps moving in there, and Rogers gets across the 35 to the 39. That's a 7-yard gain, and it's 2nd and 3.
Yeah, he's a big dude, and when he gets behind some of those other guys, they're just going to push as long as they can. So they went from 5 wide on the very first play, and I think there was nobody outside of about 3 yards outside the tackles on that play. So I think they maybe are coming back to what they're really a little bit more comfortable with.
Yeah, the running worked well for them, and Andre Rogers is a big back to bring down. Certainly going to be someone the Bulldogs have to focus on here. 2nd down and 3 at the 39. Out of the shotgun, it's a reverse around the left side, and it is Ryland Dorr brought down in the open field by Colin Murphy at the 41-yard line. They're going to give him 2, maybe a generous spot to the 42, and they'll give him just a half-yard short to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Yeah, nice little counter there. Now they're bringing in another O-lineman, it looks like. So I believe we're probably going to see, maybe not the tush push, but we're going to see something pretty darn close to that.
Yeah, they're only going to need 2 feet, roughly speaking, here on 3rd down and less than a yard from just outside their own 41-yard line. Need the 42. Chris Lee out of the shotgun, a very unbalanced line. A lot of men to the left side. Rogers sweeps that way. He stiff arms a defender in the backfield and inches his way forward, I think just enough. And they will give, it looks like, an AL first down to the 42.
That was an interesting decision. Coming to the outside on the short side, nonetheless. I just felt like they'd try to go right up the middle, but they got just enough.
Yeah, that was an interesting play. The short side was also the strong side, so they like their numbers out there. But an interesting play call. It ends up working out. 1st and 10 here for AL from their own 42-yard line. Got 3 receivers right, 1 to the left of Chris Lee in the shotgun. Andre Rogers is off his right hip in the backfield. Lee takes a belt-high snap. He drops back, pump fakes a short route, steps up in a collapsing pocket, evades one would-be sacker, throws right sideline as he's hit. The catch made by Ryland Dorr, and Andrew Grant lays the wood to Dorr at the 46-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it's 2nd and 6.
Yeah, that was one of those where the cornerback kind of got caught in no man's land as he ran out there, so he came in maybe a little bit quicker than he needed to, or maybe that was the outside linebacker. Either way, it was a nice recovery by Andrew to cut things off before it got too bad.
2 minutes to go in this first quarter. 9th-ranked Lamar's leads Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln 14-0. And it's 2nd down and 6 from the 46. Out of the shotgun is Chris Lee once again. He motions Braylon Dieger in the backfield, fakes a give to him around the right side. He gets outside the right numbers near midfield, and he is deemed out of bounds at about the 49-yard line. It is a carry of 3 yards on the keeper by Chris Lee, and that'll set up 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, they have a lot of movement. They have guys from the outside going across the formation, but then they're taking a lot of guards and tackles the opposite direction. A lot of window dressing, I think coaches will call it. So you got to stay disciplined to what your job is.
3rd down and 3. These short gains have been tricky for AL here tonight. Ball's at their own 49-yard line. Dieger motions in the backfield again. The hand to Rogers. He gets gummed up in the pile, and he is dropped for no gain. Right back to the line of scrimmage at the 49-yard line. It'll be 4th and 3, and AL brings the punt team out.
And that's what Josh Vdall can do. He is a big, big man, and when earlier, they just ran by him, and he settled in. He went right through his guy, got his hands wrapped, and he is not going to let you go.
Tegan Bogue and Colin Murphy, 2 men go back to return this punt, and it will be sent away by McCain Becker, the senior, who averaged only 26 yards a punt last year. He stands at his own 34. The long snap gets to him, steps into a left-footed, spiraling side-over-side kick. It dies at the 25, takes an AL roll toward the right sideline, and is out of bounds at the Bulldog 19. The Bulldogs will start inside the 20 with just under a minute to go in this first quarter. 57 seconds. Bulldogs on top by a score of 14-0.
Good job by defense to really hold what they needed to. I mean, there was a little bit of a pass there, kind of just a flip out there. Didn't really hurt much. So Bulldogs get the ball back, ready to go here with just under a minute in the first quarter.
Well, these drives have been short. The Bulldogs have not had the football longer than a total of 2 minutes on their possessions here tonight. 1st and 10 of the 19. Andrew Grant motions out of the backfield. Screen pass right, flutters. Grant makes the catch, gets a block outside from Tegan Bogue. He's across the 20, along the right numbers of the 25. Gets grabbed at his ankle and brought down at the 26. A pickup of 7 will make it 2nd and 3.
I love how hard he's working for every yard, but the coach in me is like, just go down, bud. Like, I know what you're trying to do, and I love it, but there's a lot of football this year. Just, you're down. Let's move on.
And even from a possession standpoint,
Absolutely.
too, you don't want to risk the fumble there. 2nd and 3 from the 26. Sitzman screen pass left, and it is through the hands of a leaping Nolan Grage out on the outside. The tight end couldn't bring in the screen, and it'll be 3rd down and 3 for the Dogs.
Yeah, that was a good look. Maybe a little high, but a good look out there. Had some numbers, and I think if he can catch that, I think the first down's pretty much a gimme. So getting some different guys some reps, which is always good offensively and defensively I've seen so far.
Well, 3rd down and manageable. It's 3rd and 3 from the 26-yard line. Sitzman out of the shotgun. 2 on either side. He fakes the give, keeps left, cuts it back right, sheds a tackle, head first dive to the 28-yard line, and they got a spot near the 29. He's short. It's 4th down and less than a yard, and I think the Bulldogs will run this play in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, we'll think about it a little bit, and we'll see what he says. We'll see what Coach does here, because you know you want to, but I don't know if that's what you need to do.
The first quarter comes to an end. Lamar's leads Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln 14-0. Dogs will have 4th and 1 from their own 28 to start quarter number 2. When you come back, you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Get the winning team on your side with experts at Exit Realty Midwest Lamar's. Misty Zeck, Dave Close, Austin Sitzman, Abby Phillips, Jody Adler, Alec Ryken, and Clark Goodchild are ready to help you call the plays when it comes to buying or selling your home. Learn more at ExitRealtyMidwest.com.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
This is Deji Kabango, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we are back to the Gail Wickersham Athletic Complex in Council Bluffs alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. The Bulldogs are going for it here on 4th and 28 to open the 2nd quarter, leading 14-0. Jamie Sitzman, a penalty flag is thrown.
We're not set.
Just before the snap got off. And, yeah, I think that might impact the decision-making now for the Bulldogs even further. And illegal procedure is the call against the Bulldogs. And a 5-yard penalty will make it 4th and 6. And now this is an automatic punting situation for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, and that's a situation that, they practice it quite a bit. Jamie goes up there, gives a set, and they get down, and maybe sometimes they draw them off just a little bit quick. Maybe someone was down a little bit slower. So this will be the first punt.
First punt of the year for Tyson Augustine. He was one of the state's best when it came to punt average last year, averaged 38.5 yards a punt. That was 6th in Class 4A. Belt high snap. Augustine gets a right-footed side-over-side wobbling kick. Run up and fielding it is Braylon Dieger at the 50-yard line, but he did so with a fair catch signal. And they're going to say he made that fair catch at the 49-yard line of Lamar's. So the Lynx will start in enemy territory and have their best field position of the night offensively.
Yeah, I don't know that we covered that very well. I thought it was a really high punt, and we just didn't have the guys down there. So, again, that's the first time we've run that, first time live. So there's some younger guys on that. You always try to get some of those younger guys on there, so they're learning.
So AL, who has been across midfield once already tonight, will line up once again here in Bulldog territory. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Bulldogs lead 14-0 over the Lynx as they try to get their first score of the season. Braylon Dieger motions right to left to put 3 on the left side of the formation. Now he motions back left to right, and it's a 2-by-2 set. Out of the shotgun for Chris Lee. Andre Rogers off his right hip in the backfield. Dogs with 4 down on the line. He hands to Rogers around the left side. He carries up the seam across the 45 and dragged down from behind by Kent Westhoff at the 43. 6-yard pickup makes it 2nd and 4.
Yeah, and people might be wondering, why did they have him run all the way over and run? They're just checking coverages. They're seeing if a guy runs with him all the way over, that's man. If they shift or rotate, then it's more of a zone. They were checking that out.
It's a good gain there for Andre Rogers. The Lynx drive starts well. It is 2nd down and 4 from the 43. 2 receivers either side of the formation, and Chris Lee lines him out of the shotgun. He dropped the snap, picks it up, and he is down for a big loss. Back near midfield and actually on the other side of midfield, and it's Chase Hammonds making the stop at the 49-yard line of AL. He collapsed on it well, loses 8, and it's 3rd down and 12.
Happy for Chase. That's awesome. That's his first sack of his career, so good to see him out there making plays, and that pushes him back and makes it a totally different situation.
Yeah, especially with all the adversity he's gone through the last few years. Good to see him making a play. Bulldogs jump on 3rd and 12, and this will be a neutral zone infraction. Andrew Grant got some happy feet out there, and it'll be a 5-yard pickup for the Lynx on the penalty. It's 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and this is where, putting him in those different positions, and he's a veteran. He's gonna be relied on to do some of those things, and so he was up on the line that time. You can flinch at linebacker.
Yep.
You can't flinch on the line like that.
Yeah, you certainly can't flinch across the line.
Absolutely.
And that was exactly what he did. So 3rd down and 7 from the 46 of Lamar's. Lee drops back to throw, has a pocket. Now it collapses. Pass over the middle is low, and it short hops into the arms of Ryland Dorr. It's an incomplete pass. It's 4th and 6 for the Lynx, and they will line up to punt, it appears, once again.
Yeah, they have not been real comfortable dropping back to pass. That time it was Andrew Grant around the outside and then Josh Vdall right up the middle. So that makes it tough when there's pressure and the quarterback just can't settle in and see what he needs to.
Yeah, the Lynx are 3 for 6 passing for 22 yards so far here with 10:29 to go before halftime. Bulldogs up 14-0. Lamar sends their return men back to their own 10. And this is a left-footed wobbling kick toward the far sideline. Tegan Bogue fields it at the 8. He did not signal fair catch, and he is tackled immediately after catching the punt at the 7-yard line of Lamar's. So the Bulldogs have been losing the field position battle as of late. They've got a 93-yard field ahead of them with 10:23 left in the half.
Just means you can get more offensive yards, I suppose. We'll have to watch their punter is their backup quarterback. So you never know. You get into a situation later in the game where something might just happen where they need to make a play, and you assume if he's a backup quarterback, he can throw a little bit.
Yeah, and especially kind of where the Lynx were at, kind of in that middle of the field is usually where you kind of perk your ears for that. 1st and 10 at the 7. Sitzman a high snap, gets it down, fakes the give, keeps left side. There's a ton of green grass, 15-20. Left seam 25. He works around a blocker, stiff arms a defender 28. Now he reverses back to the middle of the field and finally goes down with a slide at the 29-yard line. Sitzman scrambles and breaks it open for 22 and a Bulldog 1st down.
Yeah, I don't think that was the intended play. I think he was supposed to hand that off, but the higher snap, and we've seen that a few different times tonight. We've seen the higher snap, and when it's a timing play, it makes it tough.
Yeah, unfortunately, that exchange has not been the cleanest here tonight. Sitzman in the gun with a back off his left hip. Screen pass right, caught by Colin Murphy from the 29. He gets across the 30, outside the right numbers, and he is wrestled out of bounds at the 33. It's a 4-yard gain for Murphy, and it's 2nd and 6.
I love the variety that we have of people making plays out here right now. You know, that's Colin Murphy. We've seen pass to Nolan Grage, obviously Tyson, and so we've seen a bunch of different guys with the ball getting in their hands to make plays.
Yeah, 3 different guys have run the football. 4 different guys have caught the football, and there's still plenty of football left to be played here tonight. It is 2nd down and 6. Ball spotted at the Bulldog 33 with 9:25 left in the half. Dogs up 14-0. Jamie Sitzman checks the play at the line out of the shotgun. A jump at the line. The snap is high. Handoff up the middle across the 35 is Christopher Sanchez. He's down at the 37. That's a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd and 2 for the Dogs.
You know, and the difference is people are like, well, he moved. He can move as long as he doesn't break that imaginary plane. And so that tells me that when we do it, we're right up on the line. They're giving themselves maybe a half yard more so they get that buffer.
It allows the Bulldogs to be a bit more aggressive, and for AL, yeah, maybe there's been some issues with that this week. in practice leading up. They need to give themselves the cushion so they don't run into that issue. And Lamar's head coach Ken Vdall is going to call a timeout ahead of this 3rd down and 2 play. The ball spotted at the Bulldog 37-yard line. Dogs up 14-0. We'll take a timeout, see what the Dogs like to do on 3rd down. Coming up next, you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Quality Lube of Lamar's is proud of all our Plymouth County athletes. At Quality Lube, they focus on you, the customer, to ensure that they can keep you on the road when you need to be. From diagnostic repair to routine oil changes, Quality Lube can do it all.
When it comes to service, your Lamar's Hy-Vee is #1 for shopping both in-store and online. Save with the Fuel Saver Plus Perks Rewards program at Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Game on, Lamar's. Looking for a winning team for your finances? Join Cent Credit Union. As a member-owned cooperative, Cent is all about you, your goals, your community. Let's score big together. Visit centcu.org today, where your success is our play.
This is Logan Anderson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to the Gail Wickersham Athletic Complex in Council Bluffs. Alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. Should also remind you that this game is being streamed on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. You can watch it thanks to our great sponsors, Northwest Bank, Julie Hurt at Century 21 ProLink, Peace Pizza House, and Easy Clean Car Wash. Out of the timeout, Jamie Sitzman goes under center, 3rd and 2. Play action, bootleg left. He's going to look to run up the left numbers. He's got a 1st down and more, 40, 45, and he wisely goes out of bounds near midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of a dozen for Jamie Sitzman, and the Dogs stay on the field with a 1st down.
Yeah, and that's just, I'm going to say it over and over again, that experience is huge. He had Christopher Sanchez out there, and he maybe could have thrown it, but if you don't have to and you know you can go get that, just run for it. And he did a great job, and then everybody turned upfield and helped him out.
So 2 first downs on this play. Both have been gained by Jamie Sitzman with his legs. 1st and 10 of the 49. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Sitzman a shoulder high snap, pump fakes, lobs it up left sideline. Tyson Augustine, you betcha, at the 20. Left seam to the 10, and he's into the end zone for his 3rd touchdown of the night. Jamie Sitzman and Tyson Augustine, they connect for 6 more, and the Dogs lead it 20-0 with 8:20 to go in the first half.
Might want to know where he's at.
That'd be a good idea.
They go trips to that top side, and I don't even know if they have anything else designed to run besides that. And it's worked so – what are we talking about?
Well, Tyson did spike the football after the play, so I wonder if this is going to push the point after back. But after you've scored 3 times on the night, don't you get a little leeway to show some excitement? We'll see what the penalty call is. Especially when you've scored 3 times on 3 exciting plays. Yeah, that is going to be unsportsmanlike conduct, and the Lynx are going to take this 15-yard penalty on the kickoff. So nothing has impacted the point after try here. But it still does not take anything away from an outstanding play and connection once again between Jamie Sitzman and Tyson Augustine. As Jordan Luna lines up for the kick, the right-footed boot sails through the uprights, and it is good. The Bulldogs have a 21-0 lead with 8:20 to go in the first half. We'll step aside, and more Bulldog football is coming your way when we come back to Council Bluffs here on KLEM.
Williams & Company, certified public accountants, congratulates all area athletes in support of excellence, good sportsmanship, and the spirit of teamwork. A proud sports sponsor, Williams & Company, CPAs, your full-service business advisor with a local office in Lamar's. Colbeck Incorporated is proud to support local high school athletics. They encourage you to play hard and play smart and always show good sportsmanship. Best of luck from your friends, Brian, Kevin, and Wayne Colbeck.
Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud supporters of this broadcast. Hard work and determination are vital to the success of our area athletics. The Lamar's Community Athletic Boosters are proud to stand behind our athletes and coaches as they work towards success on the field and in the classroom.
This is Carter Melvin, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to the Gail Wickersham Athletic Complex here in Council Bluffs. Alongside our broadcast with us is Gabe Davis. I'm Daniel Versteg. The Bulldogs lead this contest now 21-0. and have been helped in a large way by the outstanding play and camaraderie that is being shown between Jamie Sitzman and Tyson Augustine. Those two seniors have connected 3 times for 139 yards and 3 touchdowns. We still got 8:20 to go in the first half. A squib kick is fielded early near midfield and taken across midfield to the 48-yard line, and on that return, it gives the Lynx a first down and 10, starting with the football at the Lamar's 48-yard line. So once again, the Lynx start in enemy territory, but AL has not had a first down since the first quarter. The Dogs' defense, as we talked about in the pregame, is looking strong to start the year.
Yeah, and you knew they would. That first drive, I think that was the most success that AL had, and they ran the ball quite a bit. But since we've kind of zeroed in on that, we've rotated some guys up front and been strong, and they have a big hill to climb now.
21-0 Dogs, 8:17 to go before halftime. First and 10 for the Lynx of the 48 of Lamar's. Lee the snap, screen right. It's caught outside the right numbers across the 45 and brought down on the play is Nick Duncan to the 43. That's a gain of 5 to set up 2nd and 5.
I'm amazed at how often they're going into the boundary with all that traffic. I mean, that could very easily, there's just so many bodies around there. It was a great play by them, and Lamar's rallied after a 5-6 yard gain, but that's a tough play to convert.
2nd and 5 now for the Lynx as they try and get something going, down 21-0 at the Bulldog 43-yard line. Shotgun snap, lead, quick pass, left seam, and the catch is made, but unfortunately unable to keep his footing on the play is Braylon Dieger. He gains a yard to the 42. It sets up 3rd down and 4.
Yep, they're going to try to loosen Lamar's up with some quick passing game, and eventually they're going to have to try to take a shot downfield, but when they have, we've gotten a little bit of pressure on them.
3rd down and 4 and a big 3rd down spot. We'll see if the Bulldogs do dial up pressure again and see if that becomes another effective weapon of this defense. 3 receivers right, a tight end left. Out of the shotgun is Chris Lee. And he takes a snap, fakes the give to Rogers, keeps up the middle, across the 40, slides down, and he's got a first down. At the 37-yard line, they'll give him the 36 as well. That's a pickup of 6 yards, and it's an AL first down.
Yeah, a lot of passing now, and that's really not what I think their bread and butter, what they want to be their bread and butter. So forcing them out of the game plan is fun for the defense to make them do something different.
But it is their first down of the quarter after going 3 and out on their last possession. So the Lynx have a little something going. 1st and 10 for the Bulldog 36-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Out of the shotgun is Lee. He hands left side. Rogers gets off tackle. Left number's 35-30. And he is wrestled down from behind. Carter Melvin got in there on the stop. And the tackle made at the 27-yard line. Gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Yeah, nice run by them. We did have a little bit of penetration behind everything, but ran them down. That was probably one of their longer plays of the night, if I'm remembering right.
You are correct. It's their longest running play of the night. They did have 2 passes for 9 yards, but that as you've alluded to a number of times now, that has not been their bread and butter. 2nd and 1, Lee airs it out down the left sideline into double coverage and had no chance to find Braylon Dieger as that ball sails out of bounds, incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, and that shows you what type of athlete Colin is. He's lined up as an outside linebacker, dog type situation a lot of times, and maybe they switched it up a little bit there, but he was running step for step with that kid, and there was no room for that with Teagan over top. That's just a weapon that's fun to have.
One of those targets out there on the outside. The Lynx do have some quick receivers out there, as we've seen already tonight. 3rd and 1, though, for AL. Ball's at the Bulldog 27-yard line. Dieger, the slot, motions right to left. Snap to Lee. Keeps right side. He's got a first down. In between the hashes to the 24-yard line. It's a carry of 3. And AL, another 3rd down conversion on this drive, has a fresh set of downs near the red zone.
Nice tackle by Teagan. He's safety. He's 12 yards, 15 yards back there. Came up and got him at 3. That's what he needs to do. That's his job.
Just shows how strong of an athlete he is.
Absolutely.
And certainly why he had the success he had last year as well. So it's 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line. Out of the pistol, Chris Lee. 2 receivers left and 1 right. Tight end right and Grant Huey. Now he pulls toward the left side. They dump it off to him in the flats. Left numbers to the 20, and he's upended once again by Tegan Pogue at the 19-yard line. That's a pickup of about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, and that was a business decision by Tegan Bogue. I think they say, you're not going to tackle Mr. Huey up high. You have to go low, and he did. Maybe needs to wrap up just a little bit. I think that'll be a coaching point, but he's not going to do anything but go low on that big tight end.
Yeah, that's I don't like Tegan's odds when it comes to the weight matchup there. It is 2nd down and 4 at the 18-yard line. Dropping back to throw is Lee. He airs it out right corner of the end zone. Oh, and he overthrew his target. Bogue was on the backside of Braylon Yeager, and that pass was too far in front of him even. It's an incomplete pass, and it's 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, I thought Tegan maybe had a better shot at that, just a little bit overthrown by everybody. So good to see. We had everything covered. They brought the tight end in motion again, ran him on a little shallow, but we had that one covered up, and the only thing they had was the deep route.
If I'm AL, I look to try and find Grant Huey again, especially here on 3rd and 4. 4:49 to go in the first half. 21-0 in favor of Lamar's. Dogs have been dominant in many aspects of this game. 2 receivers either side of the shotgun set of Chris Lee. Ball on the left hash. He gives to Rogers. Gets away from the first wave, but he is not quite there to the line to gain. He gets 2 yards to the 16, and AL has 4th and 2 in the red zone.
Yeah, that was a 4-down territory, 3rd down run, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
You knew you had two plays. You're down 21-0. You really, now you're working on stuff. You're working on situations, trying to get back in the game before half if you can, but really just trying to get some positive momentum going.
Well, the Bulldogs shut down a 4th down try of Council Bluffs AL on their first drive of the night. See what the Lynx have here on 4th and 2 at the 16. 3 receivers right and a tight end left. A snap to Lee. Carries out the left side. He jukes the defender.
Did he get it?
And he's tripped up near the line to gain. He did get it to the 12-yard line. It's a pickup of 4. And AL stays on the field. It's their 3rd first down of the drive. They've got 1st down and 10 at the 12.
That was a great tackle. I couldn't tell through all the muddiness of who even made that tackle, but that was a great tackle because he kind of bounced in and bounced out, and if that tackle isn't made, he might score.
So 1st and 10, AL now threatening on the doorstep of the goal line. Under 4 to play in the first half. 21-0 Lamar's. 1st and 10 at the 12. Out of the shotgun set is Chris Lee. 2 receivers right and 1 left. He takes the snap. He gives to Rogers. Counter play right. He keeps his feet moving after being initially hit at the 11-yard line, and he's unable to pile drive any further. He gets to the 10 to pick up 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, and that was Tyson and Andrew, I think, met him right in the hole, and that's why you have those guys there. I think Kent Westhoff was in on that too, so a good stick by the boys there.
For nothing less, this drive has taken a lot of time off the clock. The Lynx have chewed up now about 5 minutes of this second quarter clock. They've got 2nd and 8 from the 10-yard line. 2 receivers either side of a shotgun set for Chris Lee. A try to hard count. There's movement on the line. And this one is going against the Dogs once again. It's the 3rd time they've been called for a neutral zone infraction tonight. That is a 5-yard penalty to the 5-yard line. And it will be now 2nd and 3 for the Lynx, 5 yards away from scoring. Now I know one of the things that will be worked on in practice here coming up on Monday. Watching the football.
Thinking the same thing.
2nd and 3 from the 5. Pistol set. Hand to Rogers right side. He breaks through the line and gets into the end zone for an AL touchdown. Andre Rogers scored 9 of them last year. He's got his first of 2025. And Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln scores for the first time this year. They still trail 21-6 with 2:57 left before halftime.
Yeah, the Lynx just kind of leaned on the Bulldogs there, the whole defense. They just kind of kept pounding away and pushing at them. You know, they threw the ball a little bit, but that's going to be what they do. They're going to try to run the ball. They're going to use their quarterback. They're going to have short passes, and they got some steam going on that drive.
Point after try-up coming down for McCain Becker as AL tries to put the cherry on top of this drive. It's a high snap. The holder gets it down. Kick goes toward the left upright and sneaks inside it. The PAT is good. So with 2:57 left before halftime, the Bulldog lead has been trimmed to 21-7, but the Dogs will get another chance coming up next here on KLEM.
At American Bank, we believe in offering you what you want in a bank. Free checking, free debit and ATM cards, extended lobby and drive-up hours, competitive loans and deposit rates, online and mobile banking with bill payment and mobile deposit services. American Bank, achieving success together for over 130 years.
Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Julie Hurt with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's, your local real estate expert dedicated to results. Whether buying or selling a home, call me, Julie Hurt, with Century 21 ProLink in Lamar's at 540-7757. That's 540-7757.
Lamar's Agri Center, your local source for top-performing Kent feed products, bulk grass seed, bulk bird seed, lawn care essentials, dust control solutions, and much more, all accompanied with exceptional service. The Lamar's Agri Center, your source for everything that grows.
This is Ken Vdall, head football coach of the Lamar's football team. You're listening to Bulldog Football on 1410 AM, 96.9 FM KLEM.
And we're back to the home of the Lynx and the Yellow Jackets. That's the Gail Wickersham Athletic Complex here in Council Bluffs, alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. You can also watch this game on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. I hope you join us there. It's a great way to enjoy Bulldog and Galen Catholic football all season. Kickoff is sent toward the 1-yard line. Tyson Augustine wants to run it back. Toward the right sideline he goes. Right seam to the 20. Right numbers 25-30. Up the sideline 35. And he is finally deemed out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Not a bad return for Tyson Augustine. And the Dogs have 2 minutes and 50 seconds, 2 timeouts to try and extend a 21-7 advantage.
Yeah, now you're looking to, obviously you want to, if you can get in the end zone, you're going to try to get in the end zone, but time of possession hasn't been a big deal. The defense has been out there quite a bit. Fortunately, we've been scoring quite a bit on the offensive side, so that helps.
The other thing that might drive the Dogs a little bit harder here is AL is set to get the football in the second half, so you don't want to have them get 2 scores on you that quickly. Jamie Sitzman takes the shotgun snap, pitch play right, and Andrew Grant has a lot of room to run, right numbers. He's across the 40 all the way down to the 45, and he's finally out of bounds at midfield. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards from Andrew Grant and a first down for the Dogs.
Yeah, and just a little bit different play that we haven't seen. Just a little toss out there, not a whole lot. Again, into the boundary. So both teams trying to work into the boundary as much as they can. Plenty of time now. 50 yards, 244. The way we've been chunking big plays, that's nothing.
Yeah, it's funny. The Dogs have scored 21 points, but have yet to set foot anywhere near striking distance of the red zone. First and 10 at midfield. Ephraim Kabongo motions in the backfield. Hand goes right. It's Joaquin Hernandez to the 46, and he is hit in the pile at the 46. Gains 4 to make it second down and 6.
And they're continuing to leave Tyson just one-on-one with whichever corner they have. That time the safety came down, and the middle of the field was wide open.
They don't learn their lesson, do they?
I just think, I don't know. They just must think it's not going to happen again, I guess. I don't know.
What's that? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, 3, maybe 4 times. I guess it's shame on them at that point.
Absolutely.
Second and 6 at the 46. Sitzman, a quick pass. Right numbers across the 40. And the catch is made by Tegan Bogue, diving to the 39. He's got a 7-yard pickup, and it's a first down for the Dogs.
Yeah, and we chunk out yards fairly quickly. We're still over 2 minutes left, and we've got a big chunk of this back.
Yeah, I saw the Bulldogs working on some of those really quick-hitting, short crossing routes in practice on Wednesday, and they were doing an outstanding job of making those passes look easy. First and 10 at the 39, 2 receivers either side of the formation. Sitzman, a shoulder-high shotgun snap, passes middle. Andrew Grant makes the catch, rips out of a tackle 25-20, right seam 15-10. He's busting more tackles across the 10, and he's finally dragged down at the 7-yard line. He goes for 32. It's first and goal for the Dogs.
Yeah, middle of the field is wide open. The 2 safeties back there just kind of getting caught up in some action and quick passes, and here we go quick.
First and goal at the 7. The Dogs line up in a hurry. A hand goes up the middle, and the Dogs might have not been set. Get the penalty flag and another illegal procedure penalty. So, unfortunately, one of the things we see in week 1 a lot are some of these penalties that just drive a coach nuts. Illegal procedure, neutral zone infraction. Unfortunately, the Dogs have been committing a lot of them.
Yeah, self-inflicted stuff. You're up 21-7. You're looking to hopefully get another one here before half. You can live with it in this type of situation because now you can go back and reiterate how important it can be.
And like Coach Vdall said in the pregame, they're correctable.
Absolutely.
You're not making very brutal mistakes that way. First and goal at the 12. Sitzman, an empty backfield out of the shotgun, takes the snap. He runs to his left, and he's going to look to run upfield as he is hit from behind, spun down, and taken to the turf at the 12. It's no gain. It's second and goal.
Yeah, and there wasn't a whole lot there. Now that we approach a minute, it looked like there was something a little bit off there. Maybe it was a snap, the timing, something didn't quite look right, but still plenty of time when you're sitting at the 10, 12-yard line.
And 2 timeouts left,
Two timeouts,
too. So
yeah.
53 seconds left in the half. Bulldogs up 21-7. It is 2nd and goal from the 12-yard line. 2 receivers on either side of Jamie Sitzman in the shotgun. And he takes a shoulder-high snap, 3-step drop, quick pass middle, caught on the right seam by Tegan Bogue at the 5. He takes a defender down to the 4 and is brought down there. A pickup of 8. Ken Vdall, the head coach of the Bulldogs, he's trying to signal timeout. The lines judge is not looking at him. Ken Vdall still trying to call a timeout, and now I think somebody has finally seen him, and we will stop the game here with 35 seconds to go.
That's such a well-thrown ball by Jamie, and it's a little thing. If he throws that more to the inside, I don't know if it's completed because the defender's there, and Tegan gets a little bit anxious and nervous going across the middle. I don't blame him. I wouldn't. Right. But he threw it to his back shoulder. Again, they've done it. They've practiced it. They've worked on it. Threw it to his back shoulder so he could spin out of it and get all the way down to the 4-yard line.
So with 35 seconds left to go before the half, the Bulldogs use their 2nd of 3 timeouts here in the first half of play. And we'll see if they can add to their 21-7 lead before the break. Coming up at the half, we're going to run down some of the stats from this contest, see if we can get you scores from our local teams, maybe some other local contests of note. And, of course, we'll try and bring all that to you during our halftime coverage here in Council Bluffs tonight. But until then, it's 3rd and goal for the Bulldogs at the AL 4-yard line. 35 seconds left to go before the half. Dogs ahead by a margin of 21-7 as Jamie Sitzman lines up with 2 men in the backfield. Sanchez off the left hip. Andrew Grant directly behind him as a tailback. Carter Melvin motions to the backfield. High snap. An awkward pitch goes left to Andrew Grant. 2 blockers on the edge. And Grant just walks into the end zone for a Bulldog touchdown and blows a kiss to the Bulldog fans in attendance. It's a 4-yard score for Grant. Dogs lead at 27-7. 30 seconds left in the half.
Yuck. that was a great touchdown, but that was not how. I mean, Jamie caught it. It was high and off to the opposite side of where the play was going. He turned and threw it. I was in my coach brain was saying, just take it and go, see what you can get. It's first down. Don't hurt yourself. But it was so well blocked on the outside, he just walked in.
Jordan Luna set for the point after try. The hold was a little awkward, trying to get the laces out, but Luna still buries the point after try, and the kick is good. With 30 seconds left in the half, the Bulldogs lead at 28-7. Take a break and be back with more Bulldog football as they'll line up to kick off next here on KLEM.
Advanced Eye Healthcare, Dr. Becky DeRuyter knows all of our student athletes need to keep their eye on the ball. Make sure with an eye exam at Advanced Eye Healthcare at Walmart Vision Center in Lamar's. Dr. Becky DeRuyter.
Lamar's Physical Therapy wants to wish our student athletes a successful and injury-free season. But if injury occurs, our therapists are here to get you back into the game. No doctor referral needed. Call us at 546-1718. Lamar's Physical Therapy, your hometown therapy provider.
At Roosters Harley-Davidson in Sioux City, you can find your perfect ride with bikes, gear, and service you can trust. Find them online at roostersh-d.com or stop by Roosters Harley-Davidson today, where your next ride is waiting.
This is Andrew Grant, and you are listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We are back to the Gail Wickersham Athletic Complex in Council Bluffs alongside Gabe Davis. Daniel Versteg with you. 30 seconds left in the half. Dogs up 28-7. Jordan Luna belts this kick to the 5-yard line. It's run out by Jeremiah Slaughter in between the hashes to the 20. He gets dragged down from behind and goes down to the 24-yard line. So AL will have 75 yards ahead of them. 24 seconds to get down there and all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, good job by I think that was Isaiah Tolzin and Landon Hightree down there, running down there. Those guys getting some reps out there and hoping to continue and get more reps maybe on some offense-defensive side. But when you're a special teams player, whatever age you are, it's important to do your job, and they did a great job there.
1st and 10 for the Lynx in a very shortened possession here with 24 seconds to go. And the Dogs jump again into the neutral zone. It is another neutral zone infraction. And a surrender cobra is on the Bulldog sideline from, I think that's Coach Van Clyde down there.
Yeah. He's a defensive back guy. Yeah. He doesn't understand how you could ever jump off sides. He's usually 12 to 15 yards back.
It's a lot easier back there when you got 10 yards to screw up before you
little more room.
penalty. First and 5 at the 29-yard line. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Snap back to Lee. 3-step drop. Rifles left sideline. A wide open receiver across midfield to the 40. To the 35 is Braylon DeYager. He's deep into Bulldog territory at the 34-yard line. AL's got something brewing.
They're just letting the clock run.
Now the clock is running. 15 seconds left to go. Did he not get out of bounds?
Oh, he's out of bounds.
Oh, yeah. I thought
it's at least a first down.
Oh, now it is stopped. Okay, with 14 seconds
I
left.
bet that ran 7 seconds left.
Yeah, they're going to have to put time on the clock here. Yeah, they're going to stop this game to reset the clock here. And unfortunately, that gives AL a time to catch their breath as well.
No way.
Put it to 34. Yeah, that's not right. Should be at, I think they're 20.
Okay.
Yeah, they're trying to get to 20.
I was like, they must have thought he said add 20.
Yeah, right.
Or yeah.
Yeah, that would have been add 20, so.
Woof. That would have been bad.
Here
we go, defense.
Math is not quite our strong suit yet early in the year. First and 10 at the 34, the Bulldogs. Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln, 20 seconds left to go before halftime. Here's a snap to Lee. He rolls to his right, steps up in the pocket. He chucks it deep down the right sideline. Nobody is there. Boy, Braylon DeYager was not within 15 yards of that football. It's an incomplete pass, and it is 2nd and 10.
That's the first one that Tyson Augustine hasn't gotten to that's been in his area all night long because he's caught everything else.
Yeah, he has made so many great plays and so many impactful plays here tonight. As the Lynx, still with all 3 timeouts, have a little bit of flexibility with what they want to call here. It is 2nd and 10 from the Bulldog 34. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Snap back to Lee. It's a 5-step drop. Pressure off the edge. Grant got there. It's a strip sack. The ball is free at the 40. The Bulldogs say they have it, and they do. Andrew Grant, the strip sack. He got Christopher Lee's throwing arm as it was coming forward before it came forward. And the Bulldogs force their first turnover of the year. They'll take over at the 40.
Yeah, strip sack and then a recovery, and that's exactly why he can play that position, and he's so versatile. You could see it happen, and he's long and athletic and strong. And then you had Nolan on this side, keeping everybody in the pocket. Great play.
You got 8 seconds left. You got a timeout. How much pressure do the Bulldogs put on AL here to try and make a play on them?
They got 3 safeties back there.
Yeah, they do.
Finally.
Yeah, the Lynx are really playing off here. 2 receivers either side. Sitzman just hands it off up the middle. Joaquin Hernandez carries up the right seam, and he goes down to the 44-yard line. So that will take us into the halftime break. Now the Bulldogs, a dominant showing both offensively and defensively, will take a 28-7 lead into the locker room. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll give you a first-half recap, give you our thoughts on what transpired over the last 24 minutes of game action, and we'll get you ready for the next 24 minutes of this contest. Number 9 ranked Lamar's leads Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln 28-7, and we are back with more Bulldog football and our halftime coverage in just a moment right here on KLEM Lamar's.
Every day is game day when you feel your best. At Game Day Men's Health in Dakota Dunes, they help you boost energy, build muscle, and reclaim your edge. Get your testosterone checked today and visit GameDayMen'sHealth.com for more.
Men's fashions, tuxedo rentals, and dry cleaning services. That's Mesher's Clothing, downtown Lamar's. Open weekdays 9 till 5:30, Saturdays 9 till 4. See Chad for all your fashion needs. That's Mesher's in the middle, downtown Lamar's.
Make sure you can see the ball clearly. Schedule your annual eye exam today at Gretkin Family Eye Care, downtown Lamar's. They'll treat you like family, and they have the most stylish eyewear selection in town. Gretkin Family Eye Care.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
Wagner Auto Supply is proud to support our area athletes and their families. As you travel from game to game, take care of your vehicle with new filters, batteries, windshield wipers, and wiper fluid from Wagner Auto Supply, 1st Street Northwest, Lamar's.
Get more because you deserve more with Kylie Petty's Century 21 ProLink, serving Lamar since 2011. Wishing our local teams a successful season. Visit KyliePetty.com for your real estate needs.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Success is born of skill and team. Like the teams playing, CNOS has combined award-winning skill and teamwork into the premier medical facility in the region. For the areas of joint, bone, muscle, nerve, and brain are treated with the skills of comprehensive care from a team of highly trained experts. And CNOS takes care of many of the student athletes in Siouxland. CNOS is proud to bring you this game. Go to cnos.net to learn more.
From playtime to game time, Launchpad Children's Museum fuels young imaginations while our hometown sports teams inspire the next generation of champions. Best of luck to our area teams from Launchpad Children's Museum.
Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's is a proud supporter of area athletics. They focus on strong, healthy bodies with all their dairy products. And they continue to strive hard to provide the best possible dairy products to their customers. That's Kemp's Dairy of Lamar's.
This is Jamie Sitzman, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Let me welcome you back to Council Bluffs and the Gail Wickersham Athletic Complex. It is halftime, and the Bulldog football team ranked number 9 in Class 4A. They lead Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln by a score of 28-7. It has been domination through and through. We'll run down some of the stats here in just a moment, but boy, Gabe, you got to like what you've seen for the Bulldogs. You always are kind of concerned heading into a football season about slow starts, about, all of the things. Obviously, we've seen the penalties, unfortunately, be an issue tonight. But all in all, you got to be pleased with the Bulldogs' first half of the new year. Oops. There we go.
There we go.
I turned your mic off. My apologies.
Wow, it's pretty early for that. I haven't even said anything bad. It's been a really good first half. It was explosive plays. It was people doing things that were expected. We knew Tyson. We knew Jamie was going to make plays. We knew Andrew. We knew those things. But then you also have those other people filling in, especially the guys up front.
Right.
We're going to talk about the explosive plays and the long passes, the ability to run the ball. But we got some young linemen up there doing a great job of protecting, and that's the key. They're gaining that experience. So it was a great first half. The late score by AL didn't deter the Bulldogs at all. They actually came right back down and scored again and got another penalty, or got another turnover. So good things in the first half. Now it's just about fine-tuning some things, maybe getting some other people some reps in the second half at some things, and getting through week one healthy and with that big first W.
And hopefully that does happen here in the second half of play. Again, Lamar's leads at 28-7 over Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln. Let's run down the stats here. We're also going to get you some scores, some pretty interesting scores around Plymouth County, and we'll also get you some more from some Northwest Iowa matchups here in our halftime coverage as we go along. But again, the halftime score here, we'll tell you about that first. Lamar's leads Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln 28-7, and let's tell you how they did it. First, on the offensive side of the ball, when Jamie Sitzman has been very efficient. He is 9 for 11 passing the football for 202 yards and 3 touchdowns. Don't have to look far to get those 3 touchdowns. Tyson Augustine, 3 catches, 139 yards, 3 touchdowns. It's been very effective today. Andrew Grant, 2 catches for 39 yards. Tegan Bogue adds 3 catches for 20 yards. And you can add Colin Murphy. He's good for 1 catch and 4 yards. On the ground, Andrew Grant has carried the football 4 times for a total of 28 yards and a rushing touchdown. He's been helped in the rushing game from Jamie Sitzman. He's carried the ball 6 times on the ground for 20 yards. Another 5 carries and 19 yards for Joaquin Hernandez, and it is another carry for 4 yards, that coming from Christopher Sanchez. Andrew Grant leads the way with 5 tackles. He also ended up forcing a fumble there right before the halftime break, although that turnover did not lead into a drive or any opportunity to score for the Bulldogs. It was still very impactful and could definitely still carry some momentum over out of the locker room. It really fired the Bulldogs up well, and a nice play there by Grant on the sack there. Tegan Bogues got 4 tackles. He's been making some great plays out of the safety position, and another 3 tackles added in there by Colin Murphy. For Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln, their passing attack has not quite been as efficient as they would like. Their quarterback, Chris Lee, is 7 for 13 for 65 yards on the night, and on the ground, they are getting a lot of help from Andre Rogers. A total of 15 carries for 56 yards and a rushing touchdown. 2 catches for 38 yards for Braylon Yeager. He's been the favorite target. 2 catches, 13 yards for Rylan Dorr. And then some other contributors here and there. The quarterback, Chris Lee, has carried the ball 6 times for 8 yards on the ground as well. They are led in tackles by a couple of different players. 4 tackles apiece coming from AL's Evan Lang and Paven Craig, a couple of their inside linebackers there. Some of the other numbers that should be of note to you, again, AL has the 1 turnover here. Both teams have the same amount of first downs to this point. The Lynx have been really having to utilize their entire set of downs to move the football. They are 5 of 10 on third down conversions through 1 half. They did convert a 4th down try, going 1 for 2. The Bulldogs are 2 for 5 on third down conversions and 0 for 1 on 4th down tries here early in the contest. But the thing that I like to see, Gabe, I kind of usually like to think of this as the way to really gauge how an offense is moving the football. The yards per play. Right now, Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln, 3.5 to 4 yards a play. That's not bad. But when you compare it to the fact that the Bulldogs are, on average, gaining a first down every play, they're averaging 10 yards per play. Boy, it's apples and oranges at that point.
Yeah, old school coaches might sit there and talk about time of possession, and we don't have that stat,
no.
But I guarantee that's the one we're losing. And because we're getting such big chunks, explosive plays are a big stat. Especially nowadays in football, like the guys are athletic, and when you can get them in open space and make the plays, that's a huge deal. 3 or 4 yards every play. Simple math. We said we weren't going to do a whole lot of math tonight, but simple math says you're going to get a first down every single set of 4 downs. But
right.
When you get behind the sticks like they have a couple times, and we haven't gotten behind the sticks.
No.
We've been with it, and if we have lost, it's been 1 maybe, but we've been consistent, and that's really what the game comes down to, being consistent.
And that was one of the things Coach Vdall talked about, and you could probably say the way he said it, you would maybe infer, that's kind of coach speak. It's kind of cliche. We want to see consistency. But AL, I think Coach Peter Kilborg on the other side would say we'd love some consistency right now. Cliche or not, the Bulldogs have just, like you said, stayed ahead of the chains. They're shutting down a lot of these long drives before they can develop, and that's leading to why they're up by 3 scores right now.
Yeah, coach speaks boring, but that's really what can win you games sometimes. If you stay consistent and do what you need to, you can make a team go all the way down the field 3 or 4 yards. Although you're going to get those first downs, it's hard to do that. It's hard to sustain a drive and make sure that like a 16, 17, 18-year-old kid isn't going to make a mistake and grab someone or jump off sides or do something like that. That's hard to do. That's why explosive plays are important. So, yeah, you'd love for a little bit more from it, but that's really what it boils down to.
The one thing, and I know I can hear Coach Vdall talking about it tomorrow morning already. The one thing he's going to be disappointed with is the penalties. But again, it comes back to you can teach a team how to stay onside, how to avoid those false starts, legal procedures, things like that. Those are learning lessons, and if you're going to do it, you might as well do it when you're up 28-7 so they don't impact you a whole lot.
Absolutely. And the things that you're right now, everything you do is on film.
Yep.
So if you don't fix jumping off on 3rd and 2 on a hard count, guess what Heelan's going to do? And MOC and Sioux Center and Fort Dodge and everybody down the road is going to see that, and they're going to – so you have to fix it.
Yep.
And now's a chance to do it. Like you said, being up 28-7, Who knows how many hard counts we're going to get, but we're seeing some things that we can work on, some valuable lessons, and you learn the lessons now when the game is a little bit more comfortable as comfortable goes.
28-7, Lamar's leads a Class 5A school, Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln big at the halftime break. Coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to run down some scores of note. We'll bring those to you coming up after just a few minutes of commercials from our great sponsors that bring you the contest. Also want to highlight our great sponsors bringing you the video stream tonight from Pease Pizza House, Northwest Bank, Easy Clean Car Wash, and Julie Hurt at Century 21 Pro Link. Check that out on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel. We're back with more of our halftime coverage in just a moment. 9th-ranked Lamar's leads Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln 28-7. Back after this on KLEM.
Connected Electric South is your electrical headquarters for residential, commercial, and agriculture. Call for a free quote today at 546-5062. Call Connected Electric South for all your electrical needs. 546-5062.
MRK Insurance knows that teamwork is dream work. At MRK Insurance, you get a great partner for all of your insurance needs. Visit them today on Central Avenue in Lamar's for a no-obligation quote for all of your insurance needs. That's MRK Insurance in Lamar's.
Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC in Lamar's supports our local student athletes, trusted for generations with reliable legal guidance. So when you are in need of legal services, consult with one of the attorneys at Murphy, Collins, and McGill PLC, located at 38 First Avenue Northwest, Lamar's, Iowa.
Hi, Jessica G. Well, hello, Libby Lexus. I'm so excited to get the spa treatment at Easy Clean Car Wash. My owner knows how much I love the soft water. Oh, and the quick massage just makes my bumpers tingle.
And the blow dry is to die for. It always looks my exterior sleek and shiny.
My owner bought me a year pass so I can have the spa treatment anytime I want.
Hey, ladies. Ooh, nice tires.
Oh, Mickey Mustang, you're such a player.
Easy Clean Car Wash. Give your car the spa treatment today. 12th Street east of Hy-Vee, Lamar's.
Certified public accountants Cruise & Cruise extend their support to all the athletes and remind everyone, in the spirit of sports, participation is more important than winning. Cruise & Cruise Accounting, proud to be a sponsor of KLEM Sports.
Galen Catholic School, excellence in education, leadership through Christ. For information, check their website at galencatholic.org.
A home is a safe place to be, a roof over your head, and 4 walls to keep out the heat and cold. It's a child's laughter, a mother's song, and a father's strength. It's where we go for comfort and to share joy. It's your first school and your first church. It's where memories are shared. Hi, this is Julie Hurt, your Century 21 ProLink real estate agent. Whatever a home means to you, I am here to help you find the home you are looking for. Call 540-7757 and let me, Julie Hurt, help you make a house your new home.
Hey sports fans, this is Perry from the Ace Hardware downtown Lamar's. Maintain your home and yard with advice and products from Ace. We'll help you get it done more efficiently so you have time to go to the next game. Ace Hardware, Lamar's.
Score big with the Sitzman Real Estate Team. Hometown realtors Shane, Peggy, Lance, and Patty are cheering the Lamar's Bulldogs and Galen Jays on to a victory. Buying or selling, call the Sitzman Real Estate Team today at 546-7881.
For all of your commercial or residential concrete or construction needs, JMax Construction is ready for you. At JMax Construction, you can be sure that your project will be handled with great customer service as well as the best of class construction and concrete work. Call JMax Construction and Concrete today at 540-0574.
This is Cougar Sargerson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to the Gail Wickersham Athletic Complex in Council Bluffs. Daniel Versteg with you right here on KLEM Lamar's alongside Gabe Davis as the Bulldogs lead Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln pretty convincingly by a score of 28-7. It has been all Lamar's here tonight, and we ran down some of the numbers, so we've taken care of that. The big thing you need to know is Tyson Augustine. Man, has he been good when he's got the football in his hands. 3 catches, 139 yards, and 3 scores. Well, let's take a look at some scores involving Plymouth County area teams. We'll start at Jim Lorenzen Field, where number 10 ranked Hinton is taking it to Galen Catholic right now. A 25-0 lead for the Blackhawks there. There's a lot of lopsided scores in our area, unfortunately, tonight. And For some of our teams, it's good news. For our others, it's not good news. Third-ranked MMCRU blowing out Akron Westfield, 35-0 the score. This is not something we say very often, but Remsen St. Mary's is losing in football badly. Your score, Audubon 56, Remsen St. Mary's 12. We are planning on chatting with Tim Osterman coming up tomorrow morning on the KLEM Coaches Corner, but boy, it has been a rough go of things for the Hawks in their first game of the new year. Then finally in 8-man action, number 1 ranked Bishop Garrigan. They lead Kingsley Pearson by a score of 45-0. Some other scores of note, Sergeant Bluff Luton, they're ranked number 3 in Class 4A and in Lamar's district. They lead number 1 ranked Bishop Heelan, that game is tied 6-6, 9-10 to go in the third quarter. Number 4 ranked Fort Dodge, they are scoreless at the half with Mason City. And then Spencer and number 3 ranked Humboldt, they are deadlocked at 7 in Class 4A District 1. Of course, when all of these scores have gone final, you'll be able to find them on the KLEM Sports Scores and Results page at KLEM1410.com. After all of that, we are ready to start the second half of play. Lamar's Community will be kicking off, leading 28-7 as we open the third quarter. Jordan Luna steps to the football at the 40-yard line and sends a right-footed line drive, end-over-end kick back toward the end zone. Jeremiah Slaughter fields it 2 yards deep for a touchback. Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln will open their first possession of the second half at their own 20-yard line. And this is the big thing, Gabe. I mentioned it, that strip sack that Andrew Grant had, though it did not directly lead to any scoring or anything like that, could very well lead to momentum here for the Bulldogs if they can, kind of capture that and take it into the second half.
Yeah, and that's the fear as a coach. You're up 3 scores. You kind of done what you wanted to do, and now the fear is, resting on what you've already done, and you need to get better. There's a lot of football left and a lot of learning to be had.
Well, AL starts this drive at their own 20. Ball on the right hash. Out of the shotgun is Chris Lee. 2 receivers either side. It's a shoulder-high snap. Screen pass left. It is caught by Dieger. Sheds a tackle in the backfield. Ball gets deflected out of there, out of the hands of Dieger. And then the fumble rolls out of bounds on the second hit by the Dogs. That fumble goes out of the 19-yard line, and it will be second down and 11 for the Lynx.
Yeah, Carter Melvin read that perfect. He saw the route. He dove in, forced it wide, and I think that was Andrew, maybe Colin. One of them popped that out of there, and we almost had a quick turnover.
Boy, that would have been huge. Instead, the Lynx will start or continue their drive with second down and 11. The ball is spotted at their own 19-yard line. Chris Lee, 2 receivers on either side of the shotgun set. Rogers motions out of the backfield. Lee steps up in a collapsing pocket. Sidearm slings it over the middle. It is caught. No, it is ripped out of there, incomplete. Deji Kabongo ripped it out of the hands of Nick Duncan at the 30-yard line to force an incomplete pass. It's third and 11.
Great play, and really a great play all around. Quarterback did a great job stepping up and finding an alley to throw that, and Deji was right in his pocket, and right as he caught the ball, ripped his hands away. Great defensive play.
Yeah, that is a fantastic play. And now forces AL to a third down and long, 3rd and 11 at their own 19, as Chris Lee motions Grant Huey left to right in the formation. 3 receivers right and 1 left. Lee stands in the shotgun on the left seam. He claps his hands. It's a helmet high snap and a quick drop as he rolls to his right. Pressure is there from Nolan Grage. He steps back. Now he scrambles back to his left. He's along the goal line, and he looks to scramble and run up the left seam 15-20. Trucks his own offensive lineman. Gets down to the 25-yard line. And after all of that scrambling, it is a 7-yard gain to the 26 for the quarterback, Chris Lee. It'll be 4th and 4, and the Lynx line up to punt.
Yeah, the O-lineman gets out of the way there. He might be still running because he was wide open. Andrew kind of forced him back in, but he had a whole head of steam, and he had a lot going for him, but he ran right into his own guy.
Boy, what a play. So we will now go to a 4th down and 4, and it'll be McCain Becker lining up to punt this one away as the Bulldogs send Colin Murphy and Tegan Bogue back there to return the kick. It's a left-footed boot and a good one. A really good spiral. Murphy backs up to his own 29. He fields it over his shoulder and takes it to the right numbers. 35, up the numbers to the 40, sheds 2 tackles, and is finally brought down to the 44. Good punt. Leads to a pretty decent return. 15 yards on the return for Colin Murphy. 1st and 10 for the Dogs, starting at their own 44.
And you can't take for granted how important that catch is.
Yes.
That was a big punt. They had to go back quite a ways, and Colin tracked it down, did a great job of tracking it and getting back up field, getting him near the 45-yard line. If he lets that bounce, that could be inside the 20, and you have a whole different story.
So those hidden yardage, not many people see it, but boy, is it impactful. Coaches see it, and I guess that's the most important thing when it comes to the hidden yardage. 1st and 10 at the 44. Sitzman under center, single back, play fake, bootlegs right. He's got room, throws up the right sideline, caught at the 45-yard line as Tegan Bogue came back to the football well. He picks up 12 yards to the AL 44. It's a first down for the Dogs.
And not that I'm surprised, but Tegan's looked really, really good out there at receiver. You know, he looks like he's maybe going to be more of a possession, come back to the ball, make a play type of receiver. I know he's got that explosive ability too, but it's nice to see him out there making plays on the offensive side too.
Yeah, he played almost exclusively defensively last year, but now he's finding a new niche at the wide receiver position. Snap to Jamie Sitzman, goes over his head, and he falls on the football at the Bulldog 40-yard line. And unfortunately, that center to quarterback exchange has been a bit rough tonight. It continues to be that way. The Bulldogs lose the snap all the way back to the 41 of their own territory. And that's going to be a loss of 15 yards to make it 2nd and 25.
And I guess that'll be another thing that they get to look at, get to work on, aside from some of the penalties and things like that. There's been some high snaps, and when you run the timing stuff that they do where the running back comes across the formation and the handoff and the read stuff, it has to be on time.
2nd and 25 from the 41. Deji Kabongo motions to the backfield. Give goes right. Christopher Sanchez. He tries to run through a defender, but could barely get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say he lost a yard to the 40, and that's going to make this even more tricky to get. It's 3rd and 26.
Yep, and this is maybe Tyson's going to get a punt off here unless we break one big. Get what you can. Don't turn it over on this side of the field. Get what you can, and see if Tyson can pin one down inside the 20.
Yeah, he was good at that. He was really good at that last year, and this will be.
They're pointing though. They know where he's at.
Yeah, they know where he's at. He's along the right sideline here on 3rd and 26. Play fake. Sitzman drops the throw, dumps it off to Grant. He makes the catch in the backfield, and a good open field tackle there on the far side of the field. And it looked like it was the corner out there making the play. And I want to say outside linebacker Cohen Dighton on the stop. No gain. 4th and 26. The Bulldogs will punt once again.
Yeah, and they've made some adjustments. You could see the safety and corner talking. They pointed, and when Andrew went across the formation, nobody went with him, and that's why it was open. They're dropping back. They're not letting Tyson get anything this half. At least they're going to try not to.
Now Tyson will line up to punt this one. Ball at the line of scrimmage at the 40-yard line, their own 40. Snap back to Tyson, steps into a right-footed line drive knuckleball kick. It bounces at the 25. It rolls toward the right seam and scooped up at the 20-yard line by Evan Lang. Up the right numbers 25. Oh, and a big hit crashing in there at the 27. Deji Kabongo getting a helmet tap after the play. As brought down on the play is Evan Lang at the 27. That's where AL will start their drive. 7:50 to go in this third quarter. The Bulldogs have a 28-7 lead in this matchup.
Jackson Hogue was in on that too. I think he might have been the bulldozer that came through there at the end. I think there was a couple people wrapped him up, and he just wanted to clean house.
So 1st and 10 here for AL. Ball's at their own 27-yard line. The Dogs did get a first down on their last possession. However, the drive still ended in a punt, much like AL's first drive of the second half did. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. Lee hands right, and on the carry, Andre Rogers drags defenders to the 35-yard line. He picks up 7 yards and sets up 2nd down and 3.
Yep, and that's what they want to do. But now when you're down 3 scores in the second half, you just aren't allowed to do that as much as you want. So if that's what they're going to do, we're going to be pretty comfortable the rest of the night. But he might rack up a few more yards.
Yeah, certainly going to try to, and see if they can lead to a little bit more success for them. 2nd down, and we'll say about 3 to go for AL at their own 35-yard line. Out of the shotgun is Chris Lee. 2 receivers either side. It's a belt high snap. Give around the right side. Andre Rogers. He fights to get back to the line of scrimmage, but is unable to do so as Tyson Augustine strings it out for a loss. Back to the 34. A loss of 1 sets up 3rd and 4.
He's a really good back, but when he's going that direction, when he's going east and west, is not near as explosive or tough to tackle, because when he's coming downhill, he's a big back, and that's tough to do. So anytime you can spill him and make him go to the outside, better things are going to happen.
3rd down and about 4 to go. The Bulldogs line up for a blitz. Bring 4. Ball's deflected at the line and caught on the ricochet by Braylon Dieger at the 42-yard line. He gets 8 yards after the ball was deflected in the air at the line, and the Lynx drive continues with a 1st down.
Yeah, that was just sometimes that's how the ball bounces.
Yep.
It was a good job of getting the hands up by Kent Westhoff out there and just went right over top of everybody else in the way and right to the receiver.
Just an unfortunate play. Like you said, you can't really do much about it. And it is 1st and 10 of the 42 with about 6 minutes to go before the 3rd quarter ends. Lee the snap, fakes the give. He keeps around the right side, following Andre Rogers as the lead blocker, and Lee gets hit across the 45. It's finally brought down to the 46. That's a gain of 4, and it's 2nd down and 6. Well, coming up tomorrow on the KLEM Coaches Corner, Lamar's Community head coach Ken Vdall will join us, Galen Catholic head coach Jeremy Schindler, and we are also scheduled to chat with Remsen St. Mary's head coach Tim Osterman. The Hawks having a rough go of things, though, tonight, and we'll catch up with him and figure out why coming up tomorrow on the KLEM Coaches Corner. 2nd and 6 of the 46. Out of the shotgun and dropping to throw his Lee. The pressure's there. Pass over the middle, and Grant Huey makes a leaping catch. Twisting back to his inside shoulder across the 40. And it is a pickup on the play of 17 yards to the 37. It's a 1st down for the Lynx.
Yeah, and that's something they haven't really utilized. They've utilized him in the flats, but they haven't utilized how tall and vertical he can get. I don't know if he jumps real well at that size, but, I mean, just the long reach that he has.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the better tight end prospects, one of the more, I guess, underrated tight end prospects in the state right now. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Out of the shotgun, Lee keeps to his right, carries up the right seam 35, and Lee gets brought down to the 33-yard line on his little scamper. A 4-yard pickup on the play, and it's 2nd and 6.
Yeah, Bulldogs are going to bend a little bit here, but hopefully we can get a stop. We don't want to put any points on the board or have them put any more points on the board. Make this closer in the 4th quarter than they really deserve to be right now. Everything's been going well and just need to try to keep them out, maybe get a turnover right here.
2nd down and about 6 to go for the Bulldog 33 with 4:36 to go in this 3rd quarter. Dogs up 28-7. Lee out of the shotgun. A snap off his left hip. The throw goes over the middle, and it's a little far out in front of Grant Huey as he was crossing over the 20 to the 15. Incomplete pass. It is 3rd down and 6, excuse me.
Yeah, a lot of communication out there after the play. Something wasn't right. There was some wide open area there, and I don't think that's how it was supposed to be drawn up. So that's another thing you see, these first couple of weeks, they're communicating with each other. That's important. Yes, coaches need to communicate, but when they can communicate on the field, that's what makes good teams great.
3rd down and 6. It is at the Bulldog 33. This is right where the first drive of the game sputtered for AL. Keeper on the right side, Christopher Lee. He gets toward the right numbers across the 30. That's close. They are going to give him a 1st down, I think, to the 27-yard line. It is a 6-yard pickup, and the Lynx move the chains with a 1st down.
Yeah, he's just finding his way behind the big backs into the boundary. They love going that direction, just overloading things and saying, do what you can, athlete, and he's doing a pretty good job right now.
So the Lynx have something brewing here, down 28-7, just under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. It is a 1st down and 10 of the 27. Out of the shotgun, Lee gives right. It's Andre Rogers. Right numbers 25. Runs through a defender and goes down to the 22. That's another good gain on 1st down. 5 yards will set up 2nd and 5.
Yep, and when he's north and south, he is a big, strong back, and it just makes it tough. So we're going to get a little bit of a change here. Some new bodies in here, trying to get some fresh. See if we can get a stop.
Yeah, I have to remind myself that Andre Rogers is actually 230 pounds. He doesn't move like he's 230 pounds, but boy, that extra weight certainly helps him bring some punishment to any would-be tacklers. Play fake, pass left, caught on the hitch by Braylon Dieger. Carries up the left seam across the 15.
Did we just steal that from him?
Oh, nope. They are going to say he's down by contact at the 11-yard line. Dieger is a little slow to get up on the play. It is going to be a 1st down on an 11-yard completion to Braylon Dieger.
And he kind of got rolled up on a little bit there, and he's limping a little bit. Sometimes that's just scary, more scary than it is painful, but Hope he's okay.
Yeah, that's the last thing we want here in the first game of the season is to see a player go down with an injury of that kind of caliber. So AL will line up, and they will have 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 11-yard line. Out of the shotgun here is Chris Lee. Andre Rogers off his right hip. He takes a helmet-high snap. Play fake. Pressure there. Nolan Grage throws a wounded duck right side. It was not Andre Rogers. It was the new back in the backfield, but he couldn't find him on the right sideline. Incomplete. And that was Matt Ward on the intended receiver. It's an incomplete pass, and it's 2nd and 10.
He is very fortunate that he stumbled before that ball got to him because Deji Kabango was coming through with bad intentions.
He had one of those plays in the scrimmage against Central Lyon George Little Rock. He lit up a guy on the outside. 2nd down and 10 from the 11. Hand goes up the middle, and Andre Rogers, he fights his way hard to get a yard to the 10-yard line. Just one on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
And this is where that defense, whatever they do, they give up some yards from time to time, give up drives. That's what happens, but they always seem to make the play when they need to right here. So we'll see what they got.
3rd down and 9 for Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln. The ball is spotted at the 10 of Lamar's. Out of the shotgun lead. Shoulder high snap. Pump fake short.
Pick.
Throws back corner to the end zone. And Tegan Bogue had that ball go through his hands, but he did deflect it away and incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 9 and a decision here for AL.
Yeah, it was a little hitch and go. Injury over there in the corner.
I think the intended receiver over there on that far side of the field is down on the play.
Might be a cramp.
Yeah, and that certainly is another specialty in week 1. We get some cramping that takes place.
It's so nice out, though. It shouldn't happen. Everybody says it's nice. Why are you cramping up? Well, unfortunately, kids probably don't eat as well as they should, and it's a lot more than just nice weather and water.
Right. That helps, but, yeah, it certainly is not the be-all, end-all, if you will, for a high school football athlete. 2:14 to go in this 3rd quarter. Lamar is number 9, ranked in Class 4A. They lead Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln, by a score of 28-0. And I thought for a moment,
I was like, they're not going to let him run that. I mean, if they go out of bounds at all, they're going to run right into that trainer.
Yeah, I thought the referees was going to put this ball back in play with a guy still lying down, being looked at by the trainer back of the end zone.
Oh, here he goes.
And yeah, he's gotten up and he will limp off of the sideline now. And so here we go, 4th and 9 for AL. When you're down 21 points this late, you have to make a play like this. They will line up in the shotgun with 3 receivers out wide to the right, 1 to the left. And the back off the left hip is Andre Rogers. And a false start by the left guard. Some movement early, AL. And that's the last thing they need on 4th and 9. That'll back them up to the 15. It'll be 4th down and 14.
You know what? We learned.
We did.
They tried it, and we didn't take the bait this time. So, that was one thing I guarantee was energetically reminded to the players at halftime, we've got to watch the ball, especially the guys up front. They did a great job there, and it actually cost the other team 5.
So now 4th and 14, and again, when you're down 21 points, you got to make a play at some point. So here are the Lynx out of the shotgun. Drop it to throw. Lee gets hit as he lobs it up right sideline, and he overthrew Braylon Dieger, and incomplete.
Cramping up again.
That was Hudson Cass who brought the hit to Chris Lee. The incompletion forces a turnover on downs. It's Bulldog football at their own 15.
Yeah, great job by the defense. Give up a few yards. You can live with that. It's really... You don't lose games by giving up yards. You lose games by giving up points. And when you don't do that, you're in good shape. So now it's the Bulldogs' turn to take over the ball, go get on one of those drives. Maybe we just had the ball too close last time.
Right.
We've had some nice long drives tonight.
Well, as I mentioned, I think at some point in the first half, the Bulldogs have yet to, outside of one drive, they've had one drive get into the red zone. And they've scored 28 points tonight. Now we got a whistle stops play, and we do have a timeout called by Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln. Seemingly not aligned right. 2:09 to go in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a timeout as well. Bulldogs up 21 points. Back after this on KLEM.
Siouxland Glass is so glad you're supporting local athletes and listening to this great matchup. Siouxland Glass wants me to tell you that if you have a chip or crack in your windshield or need the whole thing replaced, you can call them at 540-9080. Siouxland Glass.
Floyd Valley Healthcare wants you to play at the peak of your skills. Don't forget to stretch your muscles, hydrate, and schedule your wellness checks to reach your full potential. Best of luck from Floyd Valley Healthcare in Lamar.
Make sure your life runs smoothly with an upgraded internet package from Premier Communications, connecting you with the internet speed and television access package that best fits your wants and needs. Premier Communications is happy to support our area coaches, athletes, and the parents who support them. Have a great season.
This is Tyson Augustine, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We welcome you back to the Gail Wickersham Athletic Complex in Council Bluffs. The Bulldog drive starts at their own 15. Snap to Sitzman out of the shotgun. He tried to run right. The hole was plugged, and by the time he cut back left, he was brought down for a loss. It was Cohen Dighton on the stop once again. A loss of a yard to the 14 makes it 2nd and 11.
And this is where even a team up 3 scores, we've got to understand we have to just take what's there.
Yep.
You know, we've had the nice explosive plays. It was fun. It was exciting and got everybody going. But now they're not going to maybe give those up. They had time to adjust and do some different things. So we have to take what's there for us.
2nd and 11 for the Dogs of their own 14. Out of the motion is Hernandez. Hand goes left into the hands of Andrew Grant. He sheds a tackle in the backfield, bounces back toward the right side, gets a block, right numbers, go into the 20, turning the edge to the 30, 35 to the 40, and a stiff arm there for Grant as he gets brought down at the 40-yard line. What a run for Andrew. It started left and ended up on the right sideline. It's a pick of 26 and a first down for the Dogs.
Good job by Colin Murphy to kind of set a screen, we'll say, and just kind of body him up a little bit. A lot of times guys on the backside, when a play gets reversed like that, they go to block and they hit someone in the back. And they know they shouldn't, but they just do it on accident or do it without thinking, and he did a good job of making sure he wasn't going to commit that foul.
So it is first down and 10 at their own 40-yard line. Sitzman, screen pass right, caught. Colin Murphy, right numbers, outside the numbers, toward the sideline and out of bounds at the 44-yard line. That is a pickup of 4 for Murphy. And it's 2nd down and 6. Here with now 52 seconds left to go in quarter number 3. The Bulldog lead still remains at 28-7. And just a fantastic showing here. But now we got a whistle.
I don't think they're running the clock right or something.
Oh, yeah, the clock was running. The ball, Colin Murphy did go out of bounds. Ken Vdall, Lamar's head coach, had to be reminded he's got to go back to the sideline. I think he was just trying to figure out what the deal was.
Yeah, it's a first week for everybody.
Yep. Here we go. It's 2nd down and 6 from the 44. Hand goes right, and Joaquin Hernandez gets hit and dragged down to the 46-yard line. Just a gain of 2 on the play, and it's 3rd and 4.
Yeah, both Joaquin and Christopher, I don't know that I'd want to just meet those guys
no.
right in the middle of a hole that's been created, because they run with their shoulders forward and they go through people. You know, we've had guys that might juke and try to run around. That is not their MO. They're not going to do it.
Bulldogs will line up here. 15 seconds left to go before the end of the 3rd quarter. And they might get a chance to run one more play here before the quarter ends. Motion man is Melvin. Pitch play goes right. Andrew Grant up the right numbers. Tripped up across midfield. He is down by contact to the 49-yard line of Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln. And it is a first down and a 5-yard run for Andrew Grant. Move those chains with a second to go in the 3rd quarter.
That'll be the end once they set these bad boys, and we'll go to the 4th.
Bulldogs in total control. Didn't add to their lead, but didn't really need to. The Dogs lead at 28-7 as we get ready for quarter number 4. We'll get that quarter started coming up in just a moment here on KLEM.
Klein Insulation can provide you with a complete insulation system for your attic, crawl spaces, and foundation walls. Call Kyle with Klein Insulation at 540-5691. That's 540-5691.
Peace Pizza House is your destination before and after the game. Whether you need to feed the whole family or just looking to get out before the game, make sure to stop at Peace Pizza House. You'll find many appetizers, burgers, salads, pasta, and of course, Peace Pizza House outstanding pizza selections. Your entire family is sure to find something they're looking for. Peace Pizza House would like to wish our local teams the best of luck this season.
Touchdown for great times at the Lamar's Eagles Club. Join us Tuesday nights for bingo, and don't miss our delicious Wednesday night burger night. Proud sponsors of local athletics, where the fun never stops. Visit the Eagles Club this week.
This is Tegan Bogue, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
We're ready to start quarter number 4 here in Council Bluffs at the Gail Wickersham Athletic Complex alongside Gabe Davis. I'm Daniel Versteg. Happy to be with you once again for another season of Bulldog football and Plymouth County football here on KLEM. Should be some great games around the area. We're glad to bring them to you all season long. After 3 quarters of play, it is number 9 ranked Lamar's 28, Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln 7. Really strong start for the Dogs, and it looks to continue here as they'll line up under center. Jamie Sitzman will check the play here before the snap. And a single back in the backfield. Takes a snap, fakes left, runs to his right, now throws up the right sideline, and throwing on the run, he misjudges the throw to Colin Murphy, and it falls incomplete. It is 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, he's disappointed in himself on that one. He knows he needs to get maybe a shoulder square, get going downhill a little bit more. There's not a lot of it's hard to throw a ball when you're going towards the sideline and back across your body, but if you can turn and get going towards the receiver, it's a lot easier throw. I think he just got a little anxious there, and he'll hit that throughout the year.
So it is going to be 2nd and 10. Bulldogs make some substitutions, and they are content to take their time here. I don't blame them. There's really no hurry, and the Dogs can kind of run what they like to at this point. Out of the shotgun, and end around goes around the left side. Deji Kabongo turns up the corner across the 40, and he gets deeper into AL territory at the 44. That's a pickup of about 5. They'll give him a 60-yard to the 43. That sets up 3rd and 4.
Nice run by Deji. Just keep it outside and keep running toward the sideline. I think we had it walled off. Running backs always want to try to cut back, and that's where everybody's at. So keep running to the outside, and it might open up a little bit more for you, but gives us a very manageable 3rd and 4.
Yeah, this is a much better scenario than things we're looking after the incomplete pass. A nice job of picking up at least a few yards there. So, again, it is 3rd down and 4. Out of the shotgun, Sitzman tries to run off the left side, and Rolando Oliveras was all over him. The returning first-team All-District defensive player for AL brings Sitzman down for a loss of 4 to the 47. And that is going to set up 4th down and 8 and a punting scenario for the Dogs.
Great job by Oliveras. They pulled 2 guys, or they brought the 2 tight ends across, and he just kind of got in their hip pocket, and he was right there when Jamie went to take off. Wasn't a whole lot there. So nice stand by AL after the stop by the Bulldogs.
So here comes the punt from Tyson Augustine. We got a penalty right before it, and that will blow the play dead. The Bulldogs commit another infraction here. Looks like another procedural penalty. So, again, there will be a lot to work on with these guys. But, hey, you got to have some things to work on after week 1 of the high school football season.
Yeah, just a little bit of sloppiness, and the other team's still playing, so you've got to keep playing and things you can work on.
Yep. Yeah, that's the thing. There's still 11 minutes to go. You got to take it to the end. The Dogs are working on that. Here's the punt from Augustine. It's run up and fielded by Evan Lang at the 21. He turns it up the left numbers, 40, 45 to midfield, sheds a tackle, 45. He's into Bulldog territory at the 40, and he's shoved out of bounds by Tyson Augustine. And on the tackle there as well as Jackson Hogue. It is a nice run back of 40 yards or so to the 39 of Lamar's, and AL will have great field position to start this drive.
Yeah, and we said it earlier, the first punt Tyson had of the night, and they fair caught it. I think it was a nice high punt, and they fair caught it, but we said maybe we didn't cover it as well as we need to lanes-wise, and right there, everybody was kind of caught in the middle. There was no outside contain to really hold them back. Jamie ended up getting over there as a personal protector to turn it back in and stop it from getting any bigger.
First and 10 for AL. Ball's at the Bulldog 39-yard line. Still trailing the Dogs 28-7 here in the fourth quarter of play with 10:43 to go. Snap to Lee, a quick pass left side. Caught outside the left numbers of the 36. Looked like it was Braylon Dieger who hauled it in.
Penalty.
And, penalty flag is down on the play.
They're going to call offensive.
As of right now, it's a 4-yard completion to Dieger at the 35. But, the penalty flag is right where the catch was made. And they got a face mask adding on to this play. So that is going to add. It was not a personal foul variety, so should just be a 5-yard penalty on top of it. So that is not an automatic first down on the play. And instead, it will be, instead of 2nd and 6, it'll be 2nd down and 1 for AL following that face mask penalty. Ball's at the 30-yard line of the Bulldogs out of the shotgun. Lee gives to Rogers. He's got a first down and more. Carries up the left numbers across the 25, and he's brought down to the 22-yard line. It is a gain of 8 and more than enough for an AL first down.
Yeah, it's a big drive here. I mean, you feel comfortable, but you don't want to give these guys too much confidence here thinking that they can go, and if they start going with a little bit of tempo, not really what you're looking for here.
10:29 to play in the game. First and 10 of the 22 of AL. Shotgun snap for Lee. Pump fake short.
Andrew.
He runs to his right, and he gets ankle tackled by his shoestring. Andrew Grant brought him down just behind the line of scrimmage of the 23 for a loss of 1. It's 2nd and 11.
Andrew's second sack of the night already. That was nice, and he just missed the old Lawrence Taylor swipe down on the backhand that he got in the first half. He just missed it there on the second half.
He's grabbing at he's looking at his left hand, showing that to Caleb Van Otterloo as he comes toward the sideline, and will take this play off. 2nd down and 11 at the 23. 2 receivers either side of the pistol set of Chris Lee. The tailback behind him. The hand fake the handoff. Lee pump fakes a throw on the run. He carries up the left numbers 10 and is brought down near the 5 at about the 6-yard line. Chris Lee, boy, he got somebody to beat on that bootleg on the pump fake. He goes for 17 yards. 1st and goal for the Lynx.
Yeah, I think he had Jackson Hogue kind of out there spinning around a little bit, and now the Bulldogs have some work to do.
Yeah, and with only 9.5 minutes to go, this is still very within the realm of possibility here. 1st and goal at the 6. AL down 21, threatening to score. 2-by-2 look, shotgun set, play fake, rolling right. It is a throw to the back of the end zone for Lee, and he overthrew his target, Matt Ward. Incomplete. And the Bulldogs might have dodged a bullet there. 2nd down and goal to go.
I think both teams maybe dodged a bullet because obviously when he escapes, you never know what's going to happen. But he kind of just threw it up to the middle of the field hoping for the best, and there was 3 Bulldogs around there. That's one where I guarantee the coaches on the other side are thinking, wow, we dodged one.
Right. Yeah, the receiver broke free, but, the Bulldogs had a ton of pressure. Now looks like a wildcat here. This is Evan Lang in the shotgun. He takes a snap with his left hand, carries up the left seam, and he's across the 5, down to the 3-yard line, but a penalty flag is thrown by the near side line judge.
I bet they didn't have enough men on the line.
I would have to agree. I would have to imagine it's a legal formation against the Lynx. See what the call is officially. Yeah, they went to something different with that wildcat look. Evan Lang got the direct snap. And it is going to be
of some sort.
An illegal motion or a legal formation, some kind of procedure penalty. The referee's mic is unfortunately not working anymore. So a 5-yard penalty back to the 11-yard line, and it'll be a 2nd down and goal to go scenario, 11 yards out.
And that's a situation where I feel like they were moving the ball pretty well, and then you get into something that you just feel sometimes those plays that you don't call are just as important as the ones you do, and that one might have just been better off staying on the play card.
2nd and goal at the 11. As
too many men
another
in the huddle.
Penalty flag. The Lynx had 12 guys in the huddle. Tried to hustle Matt Ward off of the field, but
our coach was trying to call a timeout. It's a little late now.
Yeah, they broke the huddle with 12 guys. This penalty's got to stand, right?
Yeah.
Yep, they do. Signal the penalty for too many men on the field. It'll be another 5-yard penalty, and this is just crushing AL's hopes of getting a chance to come back in this one. They were at 1st and goal at the 6. 2 penalties later at 2nd and goal at the 16. What a tough break for them. Good break for the Dogs. From the 16-yard line, 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun set is Chris Lee. 3 right, 1 left as wide receivers. Quick drop, 3 steps. He rolls to his right with pressure coming. Andrew Grant hits him as he throws over the middle. That ball deflected by Carter Melvin. He couldn't bring it in, but the ball falls incomplete on the play. It'll be 3rd and goal. And another Lynx player goes to the ground. That's Jeremiah Slaughter, the intended target, who saved a turnover, but might have paid a price for it.
Yeah, he didn't really move there for a second. I was kind of worried about him, but now it looks like, another cramp.
Another cramp.
Yeah, he played good defense there on Carter Melvin.
Yeah.
Carter was looking to get that first pick of the year, and the offensive player did a good job of knocking it down after Andrew had him kind of running around. But yeah, you go back to the 2nd and 6 from the 6. You're in the driver's seat. You're comfortable. 9.5 minutes left, and then you go to the Wildcat. It doesn't work because people aren't lined up correctly. And then your Wildcat stayed in there, didn't realize he was supposed to come out, and now you go back another 5. So it just makes it tough, and now you're behind that a little bit more.
Yeah, this would be certainly what we would call behind the chains, although right now there are no chains in play with goal to go. But we got 3rd and 16. That does not set you up for success. 9:05 left to go in quarter number 4. The Bulldogs lead Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln 28-7. We have had 0 points scored here in the second half of play. Bulldogs got 14 on the board in the first quarter, 14 more in the second quarter, but AL getting 7 in that quarter. And now neither team has done much of anything. AL had a nice long drive in the third quarter that chewed up some clock. Took about 5 minutes and 41 seconds off of the clock at that point. They turned it over on downs. And outside of that, it's been 3 punts here in the second half, in a half that neither team has much of anything positive to talk about offensively to this point. But the Lynx have a chance to maybe change their fortune here in the second half, fourth quarter of play, as they line up with 3rd down and goal to go from the 16-yard line of Lamar's community.
Clearly 4-down territory here.
Right.
Sorry about that.
No, you're all right. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Yeah, this is, you got to try and get 16 yards, 2 plays. Chris Lee drops to throw. He steps up, airs it out right sideline. That ball is caught. Braylon Dieger beat a double team. It's a touchdown for Abe Lincoln. Deji Kabongo over there couldn't quite pick it off. Another defender on the play, and it was Jarrett Forbes out there. Couldn't quite deny Braylon Dieger the football. Touchdown AL, and they have a chance to bring it to within 14 here with a point after try.
Yeah, the aggressive team got the ball there, and it was neither of the Bulldogs. They just kind of rested a little bit and tried to time it up right. You just have to go attack that ball and assume that it's going to be yours.
So the first score of the second half belongs to AL. And now the lefty kick from McCain Becker is just inside left upright, and it is good. Your score now with 8:59 to go in this game. It is Lamar's 28, Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln 14. We're back with more Bulldog football in just a moment. See how the Dogs respond after this on KLEM Lamar's.
Willow Lodge Pet Resort wants to wish all of our area athletes best of luck in tonight's game. Whether leaving town for vacation or just need a place for your pet during the workday, see Willow Lodge Pet Resort today on Prospect Street in Lamar's.
Young and old alike enjoy the competition of high school sports. Some participate, some watch, and some remember how it was. It's only a game, but it offers great life lessons and memories that last a lifetime. A few thoughts from Dan and Lori Rexwinkle of Rexwinkle Funeral Homes in Lamar's and Akron.
Supporting our students in their endeavors at school is important to Prime Bank. Making sure that our students have the best chance for success is why we work hard to provide our backing. Prime Bank wishes all of our teams and groups good luck.
This is Hudson Cass, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
Well, Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln strikes for the first score of the second half. It comes with 9 minutes to go in regulation. Thankfully, the Bulldogs still have a decent cushion of 28-14 in week 1 of the high school football season. The Dogs rank number 9 in Class 4A and trying to start their 2025 season off just like they finished 2024. They ended the 2024 year with 4 straight wins. Now an onside kick is pounced on by Jackson Hogue at midfield. It is Hogue recovering the onside kick. AL tried to steal a possession, but the Dogs will get great field position right at the 50.
That was a really good onside kick. That was going down, and good heads-up awareness by Jackson to get that. I can't imagine that he thought coming into tonight he was going to have to field an onside kick, but he was ready for it, did a great job of fielding it from the ground up, and then fell right on top of it.
Yeah, he scooped that up like he's been playing shortstop for the Bulldog baseball team, which he hasn't. 1st and 10, screen pass left, caught by Andrew Grant. Gets away from one defender. Left number's 45-40. Tie ropes the sideline 35. Gets a few extra yards. He's out of bounds just before the 35 of the 36. Still a pickup of 14 yards for a Bulldog first down.
Yeah, and we'll see what the Bulldogs do here. Looks like they're going to go a little tempo, not let them set up, and I like this. Where you can keep on going. They got too many men on the field.
Yeah,
they've got 12.
No penalty flags.
They
thrown.
they didn't count.
Screen pass right up the right sideline, and it is Tegan Bogue across the 30. He's down at about the 24-yard line. It didn't end up mattering. It's a 12-yard pickup on the little flat pass. It's a first down for the Bulldogs.
Yes. Getting a first down, gaining 12 yards when they have 12 guys on the field. Let's wait. Let's get set.
And they're trying to hustle. The Bulldogs just barely get set.
It.
An option play. Sitzman keeps it right, and he runs out of bounds across the 20 to the 17-yard line. They're really hustling to the line and executing well. It's 2nd and 3.
Yeah, and that's, and sometimes you just get back into rhythm doing something like that. And Coach realized that, hey, we've been a little stale in the second half offensively. We've had some good stuff, but we've had some other things that haven't gone as well. So trying to just change the tempo, kind of get AL on their heels a little bit. Don't let them gain too much confidence.
8:38 left to go in this ball game. 28-14, Lamar's leads. It is 2nd down and 3 from the Lynx 17. Pitch goes left, and on the run it's Andrew Grant. Left seam, he cuts it outside and gets ankle tackled down. Tripped up on the play at the 11-yard line. It's a gain of 6 for Grant, and he's cramping up again. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 11.
Yep, both number 5s, and their number 5s going off with a cramp too. So it's that early season stuff that happens. It's not a surprise.
Nope. Death, taxes, and cramps on week 1. That's
absolutely.
That's kind of the way. That's the way I've seen it anyway. The last few years of covering high school football. The Bulldogs do though get a nice run from Grant even after cramping up on the play, and it will be 1st and 10 for the Dogs at the 11-yard line of AL. It's funny. Coaches seem to know what they're talking about when it comes to hydrating heading into the first week of the season, I guess.
Yeah, once we become coaches, but when we were all players, we didn't listen to a word they said anyway. So, you know what? We get what we get, and we get what we deserve in some of that situation.
So the Dogs will line up. This is going to be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. Andrew Grant goes to the bench on the play. Jarrett Forbes is in. He's playing a lot more. He's played a lot more defensively. He's out there on the offensive side in the backfield. Sitzman takes the snap, gives up the middle. It is Joaquin Hernandez on the carry across the 10. He is brought down at the 7. Pick up a 4 will make it 2nd down and 6.
Yep, and now you're in a situation where you control things. You've taken the wind a little bit out of their sails after the close onside kick. You've marched it down about 45 yards and looking to get one more score and hopefully maybe put a nail in this coffin.
28-14, Bulldogs lead. 8 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Yet to score here in the second half of play. We'll see if that changes here on 2nd and 6 from the 7. 2 on either side of the formation. Shotgun snap at the shoulders of Sitzman. Lobs it up right sideline. And he dialed it in to Tegan Bogue on the far side of the field. It's a Bulldog touchdown. 3 yards deep in the end zone. The Dogs do add to their lead on a pitch and catch to Bogue. It's 34-14 Dogs with 7:51 left to play.
Such a confident throw. There's inside technique, and when Tegan broke out, I thought maybe the corner was going to try to undercut that. Didn't matter. He had it exactly where he needed to throw it, and a great catch, and that's Tegan's first receiving touchdown.
Yeah, great ball, great catch, stuck with it. Dogs will line up for the point after try. It's Jordan Luna once again. A right-footed boot sails through the uprights. It is good. The Bulldog lead grows. It is now 35-14 Dogs. 7:51 left to play. We're back with more Bulldog football from Council Bluffs here in just a moment, right here on KLEM Lamar's.
Hummer's Lawn Care Service will provide you with the services needed for the best-looking lawn in your neighborhood. So whether it's thatching, fertilizing, or simply maintaining your freshly cut grass, call Hummer's Lawn Care at 546-4087.
For all your construction needs, trust the Wilchin Brothers. They're a Better Business Bureau accredited business and will be there every step of the way to get your project done right. Call 546-4135 for Wilchin Brothers Incorporated.
The Lamar's Knights of Columbus Council 1466 would like to wish our teams the best of luck in the game. The Knights of Columbus is proud to support our schools and many charities throughout the year with our pork chop dinners and fish fries. Check out upcoming events by visiting their Facebook page at Lamar's KFC.
This is Deji Cabango, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back to the second half of play here in Council Bluffs alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. Well, after no scoring the entirety of the third quarter, the Bulldogs and Lynx now trade scores here in this fourth quarter of play. And now Lamar's will kick it away with Jordan Luna. Wow. He gets a good boomer into one. It's fielded at the 3-yard line, and it's run back by Lynx. Taking up the 20 to the 25 and being stood up on the play like it was McCain Becker on that run back. He gets to the 24-yard line. And AL will start their drive there with 7:45 to go in the game, down by 21 points.
Yeah, and this is an important drive for the Bulldogs. Just to, you gave up a touchdown the first half, you're still up 3, didn't matter. Gave up a touchdown here, you're still up 3, doesn't matter. But it just that confidence that to believe in what we're doing and those guys that if there are subs are doing the right thing also.
1st and 10 here for AL as they line up with Chris Lee in the shotgun. 2 receivers right. And now they bring a receiver off the sideline. McCain Becker runs all the way from the sideline to the slot on the right side. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Snap back to Lee. Drops to throw. Passes over the middle. It's picked off.
Go, Colin.
Oh, what a read by Colin Murphy. Left numbers 20. Gets a block 15 to the 11, and he's out of bounds there at the 12-yard line. Colin Murphy played a beautiful center field to pick off the pass intended for Grant Huey. And the Bulldogs will have it at the 12 of AL.
And that's just, yeah, like you said, it's just a great play. He's on the other side, and the tight end came across to him, and I saw the tight end was wide open, but we had him covered with that backside, and a great play. He went up and high-pointed that, which is what you have to do when you're going up against the big receiver, and we'll see if we can get another score here.
Add on to the 35-14 advantage, of which Lamar's has been very good in being able to put on more points, keep the pressure up. Sitzman hands up the middle, and Christopher Sanchez was dragged down before he realized he had the football. A loss of a yard to the 13-yard line on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, there was not a whole lot there. So sometimes it's just hold on to the ball, go down, and live to see another day.
Well, that's all right, too. It takes some time off the clock as the Bulldogs really don't need to hustle to score by any means. 2nd and 11 from the 13. Dogs up 21, 35-14. Sitzman screen pass right. Leaping catch made. Ephraim Kabongo. He is wrestled and finally brought down after a hard-earned 1 yard to the 12-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, great catch by Ephraim to go up and get that ball. It was Jamie probably would have liked to deliver a little bit more catchable ball that he could catch and run with, but now 3rd and 9 here.
6:40 to go in the game. Dogs doing a nice job of really taking this play clock down and running through the time. Sitzman belt high snap, 3-step drop, pressure off the right side. He rolls right, lobs it up to the back of the end zone.
Jarrett.
He nearly had Jarrett Forbes. It falls in and out of his hands up the right sideline. Incomplete pass in the end zone. Yeah, he's grabbing his leg. It'll be 4th down and 10 for the Dogs from the 12.
He's smacking his calf trying to make it not cramp up, and I don't know if that's going to work, Jarrett.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I might want to talk to a trainer.
I've never seen that strategy work personally. He's going to stay on the field, though. I guess
he's not coming off.
Well, the Bulldogs are going to line up for a field goal, and now we're kind of see what Jordan Luna is going to be able to bring to the table for the Dogs. Look like this will be a 29-yard field goal from the right hash as a new era of kicker at Lamar's Community takes over. Jordan Luna off of a hold of Isaiah Tolson. Snap is good. Right-footed line drive kick toward the left uprights. Nope. It's wide left and no good. Jordan Luna pulled a 29-yard field goal. It looked like it snuck inside that left upright, but just missed it evidently. And it will be a AL football, they're going to have it spotted at right at their 20-yard line, it appears. So that comes with 6:27 left to go in the ball game. And AL, again, still trailing this one by a considerable margin. The score sits at 35-14. See what AL comes up with here. They've had some good sustained drives, but nothing that they can rely on consistently.
Got 10. Come on, boys. There
we go. Nolan Grage had to come off the sideline. And he has taken over things there for
they got a backup quarterback, too, so it looks like they're going to try to get some bodies in here, too.
Yeah, so that might signal the end of kind of AL's efforts here. McCain Becker will line up in the shotgun. 2 receivers right and 1 to the left side of the formation. Becker, the snap, he gives around the left side. The back carries toward the left numbers and dragged down on the play at about the 24-yard line is Matt Ward. It's a gain of 4, and it's 2nd and 6.
Number 20, Keaton Strandy with the carry.
Keaton Strandy, excuse me, on the carry. My apologies.
Now's a great time for some of these other guys that are maybe getting some reps to see some live action, and it's valuable. It's a tool to be evaluated, but it's also just seeing live action against someone that is not on your team is huge.
2nd down and 6. Again, McCain Becker, the backup quarterback in there for AL, with the Lynx down 21 points, under 6 to play in this game. Becker takes the snap. He keeps it up the middle, 25, and Becker on the option read picks up 3 yards to the 27. That'll set up 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, new host of linemen look like they're coming in. 3 in, 2 out. There's their 3rd.
Yeah, Jackson Hogue, Josh Vdall, Nolan Grage, they're calling it a night, and a well-deserved rest as they go to the sideline. As it will be 3rd down and about 3 to go for the Lynx. Ball's at the 27-yard line. And McCain Becker taking some time down here. He lines up in the shotgun, helmet high snap. He gives to Strandy around the left side, and Keaton Strandy's got a 1st down across the 30. Left numbers, he's all the way up to the 35 before finally being brought down. It's a pickup of 8 yards, and it's enough for an Abe Lincoln 1st down.
And like we said, this is valuable because we know the type of sport that this is, and unfortunately injuries happen, and so every time you can get live action on a Friday night, it's obviously exciting, but it's something that you can store away and we can teach from throughout the week. So overall, it's been a good night, and we just need to cap it off with one more stop here.
Yeah, it's been just a great first game for the Dogs. Got out early. They were an aggressive team in the first quarter. Becker, the quarterback keeper around the left side, carries up the numbers to the 39. That's a 4-yard gain. Boy, you probably don't want to tell these players that this is a 21-point game. There's some real fighting going on, some blocks being finished late. You'd love to see that intensity as it's now 2nd and 5 for the Lynx.
Well, and that's the other thing. You see guys out there making plays and sometimes make it look easy, and you get out there and you're wondering what the heck just hit you because you weren't quite expecting to see it like that. So all good things happening right now. Good experiences for everybody.
2nd and 5 here for AL. Ball's at their own 40-yard line as they look to try and maybe see if they can put this one in the end zone yet. A hand goes right side. Strandy's got a 1st down again across the 45 to the 49. That is a 9-yard pickup for Keaton Strandy, and it'll be 1st down for AL near midfield.
Another good hard runner. He's not quite as big, but he's a good, strong runner, and they're going to have some pieces as they continue on throughout the year. They're going to, looking at schedule from last year, they play in that 5A. You get really good, and then you get some really not so good. So last year they were about 500, and they're going to be a tough one this year.
Yeah, that's the kind of double-edged sword of the new 5A model is you can be really good, really bad, or be 500 and beat up on the really bad while losing badly to the really good. That was kind of AL last year as Strandy carries up the left sideline, and he gets across the 40 to the 35 of Lamar's. He's into Bulldog territory with a 16-yard pickup. It's a 1st down for the Lynx. And, I guess to kind of piggyback off of that, I was looking at what AL was able to do last year. They went 4-5. Their 4 wins came against teams who finished below 500. Their 5 losses came to teams above 500. So I guess for them it's kind of figuring out how do we find that little extra bit to see if we can get over the hump. But they're going to have a really tough group in Class 5A to go after as Becker fakes the give, keeps around the right side. Right numbers, sheds Jarrett Forbes across the 30 to the 29. 6 yards there. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. They travel all the way to the Des Moines area, and I don't know, do they get east maybe? It's hard to tell what they have.
They're heading to Sioux City twice, so they're going to play north and east. They head to Ames this year as well. And matchups against Johnston and Des Moines Roosevelt and number 6 ranked Ankeny. So, and 5A is different in the sense that there are no districts. You do not win your district. They go straight via the RPI. Top 16 teams make the playoffs. Doesn't matter if 6 teams are from the same group. You're making the playoffs if you're in that top 16. So it's a little different than what everybody else experiences, 4A down to 8 player. As Strandy carries around the left side, he is able to get a couple of yards to the 27-yard line. It'll set up a 3rd down, about 2 to go.
Yeah, another thing is, as I'm watching out here, there's some guys trying to make some names for themselves, and so you stand around a pile, you might not like the result, so you always got to keep your head on a swivel. I just saw, I think that was Albright out there. He was standing there, and the play was over, and he got hit a little bit late, so you got to always be protecting yourself.
It's 3rd down, about 2 to go. The ball is spotted at the Bulldog 27-yard line. Becker taking this clock down to 1:20. Now motioning a receiver left to right. He hands around the left side for Strandy. Gets away from the grasp of Jackson Hogue. Left seam to the 21. And that is where Strandy finally gets brought down. It's a pickup of 6 yards on the play. It's a 1st down for AL near the red zone.
Number 88, Jaden Velchek in there on that, I believe. Nice tackle from the perimeter. Young kid looking to take advantage of every Friday night rep he gets.
1st and 10 here for AL, and they've really kind of packed it in here and are really just ticking the clock down. This drive started with about 6.5 minutes to go. Maybe I'm just looking at it from an optimistic standpoint. I would think you still keep your foot on the pedal until it's really done. As Ward takes this jet sweep, right numbers across the 15 to the 13-yard line of the play.
52 did it again. He is finding piles.
7 yards to Matt Ward on the play. But yeah, I mean, AL's run the clock down 21. They're
not going to run anything else.
Yeah. They have been content to mail it in here tonight in the 4th quarter.
That's it.
Yeah, all right. That's going to be the ball game here tonight from Council Bluffs. The Bulldogs are a winner. Week 1 goes to the Dogs by a final margin of 35-14. And the Bulldogs will head home up I-29, victorious here in the new year. We'll take a break, come back, some post-game thoughts for you coming your way, and we'll wrap up our coverage of Bulldog football tonight from Council Bluffs in just a few minutes. You're listening to Bulldog football right here on KLEM.
Tail Trends Dog Grooming supports all of our area high school athletes. At Tail Trends Grooming, your pet is sure to get spa-like treatment, bathing, grooming, and nail trimming available. Contact Tail Trends Dog Grooming today at 546-7318.
Top-notch automotive owners Jerry and Jason Mura can help with all your auto repair needs, from AC repair to transmission rebuilds, engine replacement, steering, suspension diagnostics, and more. Call 712-546-7430 or stop by Top-Notch Automotive, 1600 18th Street Southwest, Lamars.
State Farm agent Michael Crank is a proud supporter of local athletics. Whether you are looking for auto, home, or health insurance, choose the agent that will be on your side. State Farm agent Michael Crank.
Today's banking is about so much more than numbers. It's about people. It's about community. It's about the next generation. Banking is personal. That's what we believe. And that's why we'll always put you first. Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on.
Smithco Manufacturing in Lamars would like to wish our area athletes a safe, successful fall season. For 30 years, Smithco has used great teamwork to produce the #1 selling side dump trailers in the country. To learn how you can join our winning team, go online at sidedump.com.
Total Motors, where our people make the difference.
Total Motors of Lamar's, your proud supporter of area athletics. Drive with confidence in a new Chevrolet or GMC. Visit them online at totalmotors.com or stop in today and experience hometown service with big league deals.
Hey, Bobby Blazer, how long you been waiting in that line? Head over with me to Easy Clean Car Wash. They're going to get you in and out in no time and make that black coat of yours look like $1,000,000.
Say, thanks there, Mickey Mustang. I've been out four-wheeling and I got lots of mud and stuff in my wheel wells and other places as well.
Bobby, didn't Libby Lexus tell you that Easy Clean Car Wash will pre-spray those hard-to-reach places, give you a quick massage, and make you feel and look like a whole new truck?
So that's what Libby Lexus has been up to. You know, Mickey, she's looking fine.
Easy Clean Car Wash on 12th Street, east of Hy-Vee in Lamar's.
Bob's Bike Shop, your power sports headquarters. Yamaha, Can-Am, and Club Car. They've got the ride that fits your wild side. Visit them today on Highway 75 North in Lamar's. Proud sponsor of your local sports action. Sioux City Yamaha, Can-Am, and Kawasaki. Your ride starts here. From Yamaha to Can-Am and Kawasaki, they've got the power, performance, and adrenaline you crave. Visit them today on Highway 75 in Sioux City. Proud sponsor of local sports action.
Get the winning team on your side with experts at Exit Realty Midwest Lamar's. Misty Zeck, Dave Close, Austin Sitzman, Abby Phillips, Jody Adler, Alec Ryken, and Clark Goodchild are ready to help you call the plays when it comes to buying or selling your home. Learn more at ExitRealtyMidwest.com.
This is Logan Anderson, and you're listening to Bulldog Football on KLEM.
And we welcome you back into our post-game coverage tonight from Council Bluffs, where Lamar's community will build off of their four-game winning streak from last year with their fifth win in a row, if you will, a 35-14 win over Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln to start this new 2025 season off with a 1-0 record. Alongside Gabe Davis, Daniel Versteg with you. Let's run down some of the stats from this contest, and we'll give you the recap from there. The Bulldogs totaled 357 yards of offense here tonight, 252 coming through the air, 105 on the ground. And their passing attack was led by Jamie Sitzman. He was incredibly efficient, going 16 of 20, 252 yards, and passed for 4 touchdowns tonight. His favorite target, well, that was none other than Tyson Augustine, as he was most effective anyway when it came to catching the football. 3 catches, 139 yards, 3 touchdowns. Tegan Bogue, 6 catches, 52 yards, and a touchdown here tonight. Andrew Grant had 4 catches for 53 yards. Andrew was most effective on the ground. He ended up rushing for 65 yards and a touchdown. Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln really wasn't that far behind the Dogs with 305 yards of total offense, getting 187, the majority of their yards on the ground. They turned the ball over twice, and that certainly hindered their momentum at times. Andre Rogers, 20 carries, 77 yards, and a rushing touchdown. Another 47 yards on the ground for Chris Lee. Lee also went 13 of 27 through the air for 118 yards, a touchdown. He did throw an interception. That touchdown ended up going to Braylon Yeager, his favorite target by a large margin, 7 catches, 74 yards, and a touchdown. Boy, what a start to the season for Andrew Grant. He had 8 tackles tonight. He ended up forcing a fumble, and there was an interception in there for Colin Murphy as he was able to pick off a pass. The fumble that Andrew Grant forced was recovered by Nolan Grange, by the way, and a good start for him defensively. Tackle leaders for Council Bluffs, Abe Lincoln, one of their all-district returners, Rolando Olivares. He had 7 tackles here tonight, and you could throw in Cohen Dighton as a strong outside linebacker play. He had 7 tackles for AL. As far as some of the other numbers, the penalty numbers ended up being pretty even. 7 penalties for Lamar's for 35 yards. All of them ticky-tack 5-yard procedural penalties. Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln, 6 penalties for 40 yards, as the Bulldogs just proved to be that much more effective moving the football and staying away from the mistakes as the night went along. And the final score tonight, Lamar's 35, Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln 14. And well, you can't ask for a better start, Gabe. A few mistakes here and there, but by and large, the ball movement was great. The defense settled in nicely early on in the contest and really just carried that momentum from there.
Yeah, I mean, the third quarter was maybe a little bit about what we talked about at half, where it maybe wasn't as smooth as you'd like, but that's the game. You know, that's coaching sports. That's coaching high school sports, especially. You know, kids are kids, and so what you did tonight is you took care of business. You got the win that you wanted. You took care of business, and you have stuff on film that now you can learn from and grow from.
Right.
And now you build on what today was, and that starts tomorrow. That starts on Sunday, Monday, when the coaches are getting ready and forming a game plan for a Heelan team that is going to be very good when they come to town next week. And it looks like, I mean, they're up 14-12 last I looked, so it's going to be a close one with Sergeant Bluff. But you did everything you needed to as a Lamar's Bulldog football team to take care of business, and now you learn from it and you go on.
And again, the learning from it is the most important part. Again, Coach Vdall's been doing this a long time. He told us, hey, mistakes are going to happen. You can't play a perfect game in week one. You're never going to play a perfect game. But those mistakes were all fixable. And again, as long as the guys are committed to saying, okay, hey, yeah, we screwed up a few times in the neutral zone with procedure and things like that, they're going to be ready to go for a Bishop Heelan team that, you know, let's face it, is proving to be human, which is good to know that, you know, this area of football is good, and it's going to be very competitive again, I think, this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And it forms a good test. Like, this was good for us to maybe feel that confidence, but
Right.
next week is going to be a totally different deal. And this team can compete, and that Heelan team is very good. And really it comes down to, just like tonight did, every single play, doing your 1/11th and all the coach speak that no one likes, but it's really what it comes down to, and being consistent. And consistent growth each week is going to get you to the end where hopefully you're not relying on a formula to take care of business and you've done your job.
Again, the final score tonight, Lamar's 35, Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln 14. I think, you know, from my perspective anyway, moving the football through the air was not quite the consistent thing for Lamar's that it needed to be last year. And I would have to imagine throwing for 252 yards and being as efficient as the Bulldogs were tonight, that's got to give Coach Vdall, Jamie Sitzman, Tyson Augustine, whoever the parties are that need that confidence to say, hey, you know, if we can't run the football, okay, maybe throwing it is more of a viable option this year.
Yeah, and that's a quality of good coaches. They see what they have. Last year, you know, with Mr. Doherty and Mr. Kabongo, and running the ball was maybe a little bit more. And Andrew ran the ball really well last year. And, of course, Jamie can use his feet. This year, you know, maybe you don't have that explosiveness or that hard-nosed runner. We know that Christopher and Joaquin will still do those things, and Jamie can do the things with his feet, all that stuff. But maybe it is going to be with the Colin and those guys on the outside, obviously Tyson and Andrew swinging around, and Jamie feels comfortable. Tegan Bogue had a great night, so maybe it is going to be more perimeter.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's a good sign anyway. Bulldogs start off a new season with a win, and that win coming by a final score of 35-14 in the first ever meeting between the Bulldogs and the Lynx of Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln in the sport of football. Well, that'll do it for week one of the season. Really quickly before we wrap up tonight, we do want to give some of the area scores of note. First in Lamar's tonight at Jim Lorenzen Field, number 10 ranked Hinton did defeat Galen Catholic 32-12. We're going to hear from Galen Catholic head coach Jeremy Schindler on the coach's corner tomorrow morning, as we will with Lamar's head coach Ken Vdall. Third ranked MMCRU, they scored 35 points in the first half and didn't need any more in the second half, handing Akron Westfield loss to start the year 35-7. Wanted to make a note of this. Audubon defeated Remsen St. Mary's tonight 64-18. Not so much highlighting the score, but highlighting what that loss signifies. I was looking at it through the second half of play. That signifies the end of a 48-game regular season winning streak for Remsen St. Mary's. The Hawks had not lost a regular season football game prior to tonight in 6 years. October of 2018, last time they lost a regular season football game. Well, that streak has unfortunately come to an end tonight at the hands of a very good Audubon squad. That team was not ranked in the top 10. I think that should change ASAP in a Class A player. They're going to be good. Kingsley Pearson also took a loss today to number 1 ranked Bishop Garrigan, 60-20. Those scores and more will be able to be found on the KLEM Sports Scores and Results page later on tonight. So make sure you check that out at KLEM1410.com. Well, that'll do it for our coverage here tonight and wrap up our post-game show for the Gail Wickersham Athletic Complex. We want to thank you all so much for tuning in. For Gabe Davis, for Taylor Lindner, running our video stream tonight on the KLEM Radio YouTube channel, I'm Daniel Versteg. Signing off for now from Council Bluffs, where the Bulldogs are victorious in the sport of football by a score of 35-14. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk with you tomorrow morning on the KLEM Coaches Corner, 8:05, right here on KLEM Lamar's. Good evening, everyone.
This is 1410 KLEM Lamar's and on 96.9 FM.
Do you own a timeshare? Well, face the fact.